when it's time to ball.
The wait is over.
Get it back though. It's going to be a 2v1 situation.
No
People are
blink.
going to be a little bit low. And Spinzo does so with the double.
Play to win the way that we play.
Going to be a kill. A shutdown. Big Horizon is on a comeback. Get away the soul.
Been to the bottom, ain't nothing to
I can do it.
I believe in you.
Air Force One are back in the grand final. Piercing shot. A counter engage.
A rematch for the ages.
Comes in at the clutchest moment. They take revenge in the best possible way. Air Force One are your new Creator Cup champions.
It's that time.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Predecessor Game channel. This is the Creator Cup, where we pit 25 of your favorite creators against each other on the Sanctuary map, all in the name of content. I'm TJDJ. I've got Tang alongside me, as always, the TNT caster here to guide you through the first two games on today's broadcast. Tang, I can't wait to get this show on the road.
Yeah, but before we go into it, right, it's the third Content Creator Cup. We see most of our favorite content creators, whether it's Twitch, whether it's TikTok, whether it's YouTube. We have a whole bunch of people around. And yeah, it's going to be a fun weekend we're going to have today and tomorrow. I think at the beginning, Joyce, if you're so nice, we're going to have a look at the bracket first. We're going to have a best of one until the finals. It's going to be double elimination, and we're going to start off with two of these teams facing off in the first round. Event Horizon, the one team, TJ, that did get furthest in our previous events. This is already the third Content Creator Cup. So in the second one, Event Horizon, they sort of boards their way into this winners round 3 already.
We have had a bit of a shape-up, as you'll notice here, looking at the teams here. We've also got Hat Factory, Ashcroft's Army, the Mad Gamers, Zed Fighters, as well as Event Horizon. So Shimby's Ghost Wolves on here, Bear Force One aren't here either. So we have a chance here to crown new champions here of the Creator Cup. And what are they playing for? I mean, I said it was all about content, but they are also looking to fight for a chance to work with the design team at Ameda Studios to get their team logo in the game. Jimmy's Ghost Wolves already have their logo in the game. Bear Force One as well. I'm looking forward to find out who's going to get theirs in this next series.
I mean, just content. I mean, that's the best form of content, right? Being able to immortalize yourself in Predecessor, get your team's logo in. And yeah, as we said, right, it's even better than the previous times, because now you can actually work with the people at Omeda to make sure that they make the logo exactly how you want it to be. But obviously, only one team can go ahead with this one. So it's going to be a bloodbath until we get there. It's going to be a lot of fun, but also I hope to see a lot of action coming out of them.
And so the content is going to be incredible. I mean, when we've run the previous iterations, the games have been absolute carnage. We've seen some really highlight reel moments, and also seeing some of the amazing storylines being developed. And as you said, Tang, you know, we've got loads of creators here as well across their various platforms. So this is not the only place you can catch all of the action. If you want to go watch and support your favorite content creator, then they are most likely going to be on streaming it and streaming their perspective, whether that be on Twitch, on YouTube, on TikTok, or whatever platform they have decided to choose for. So by all means, go out and support them. But if you want to stick around for us here on the main broadcast, we're going to guide you through it. We have got one of these content creators ready for us here. A little bit of a player interview. We're going to welcome Mud to the Predecessor Game broadcast. Let's get them in. Mud, hello.
Hello.
How are you doing, Mud?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Yeah, I think we're doing pretty good, to be honest. Can't wait for the games.
Yeah, I am too. I'm super excited to play again. I've been waiting for another one to come up to play. I really like the comp style play and drafting and stuff. So
yeah, I mean, you said, playing again. This is, of course, your second Creator Cup, I believe. So
yes.
Last time you were on Salsa and his side chips. Now picked up Ashcroft's Army. New roster. Talk about the vibe. How's it been joining this new team, and how do you rate your chances?
Oh yeah, new team, super chill. our mentals in game are pretty solid, to say the least. If we have like
Good to
any
hear.
issues we've ran into, it's kind of just like no crash outs, which is really, really, really nice.
That's good to hear. I mean, last time I remember you playing, I think you had some standout games. I was thinking back, like this Howitzer game, I think you were completely popping off. I think you also had a few others. Well, I feel like every time we pan towards the mid lane, there were like 4 people on your lane. Do you think it's going to be the mid lane again for you? Do you think it's going to be a
if it's not a party in mid lane, it's not a normal game, I will say. I don't know why I
Ain't
was
that the
ganked
truth?
6 times in 5 minutes in the last Creator Cup, but you know, it is what
I
it
felt so
is.
bad
I
for
still
you.
kept up with the other mid laners, so it's fine.
Yeah, you did. So are you going to make the return to the mid lane, or have you guys decided
Yes, I
where
am.
you guys
I
want
am
to go?
I am the returning to mid lane. I prefer mid overall, position wise. So I'm really happy I get to do that again.
Probably
and also
hoping less people in your lane, though, right? Maybe we
Yeah,
can cut
yeah. I'm
down the
hoping for
amount
less of a
ganks,
party.
please.
Yeah, less of a party for sure. I didn't invite them, so I don't know why they're there.
Gate crashes.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a stern talking to Lance if there's too many people in your lane, so don't worry about
Yeah.
it. And
Yeah.
I mean, respect
Obviously,
the
Lance
one
is
versus one, guys.
invited.
All right, okay. I mean, I say this is just a quick interview. You want to say hello? I mean, it sounds like ready to go. So I want to put you back to your team, get ready for your draft and your first game as well against the Hat Factory.
Yes. Yeah.
Good
Thank
luck.
you. Thank
Best
you.
of
Thank
luck.
you.
There we go. There, Mud there from Ashcraft's army, and I just said, though, the vibe is pretty good. Honestly, it's a bit of fun. There is a tiny bit of a competitive edge to it. Of course, this is a more competitive setting. We have got a draft. We've got series to look forward to, matchups as well, but also a lot of fun as well. So I like the chill vibe at the moment.
Yeah, Mad is such a vibe. Like, if you guys wanna follow her, she is streaming on Twitch right now, so you can pop in there, send her the hearts that she needs, because she is facing off against one of the hot teams in the tournament, right? I was mentioning it, Lance, the captain of the Hat Factory with Crazy Full, Wango, Neo, and JC Wolf. So a lot of returning faces and a lot of people that we actually know from our competitive tournaments.
Of course, yeah. I mean, names like Crazy Fool, Wangle are going to be known here in the PCC. Of course, Neo as well, also popping up. Lance, also one of our talent team as well, calling the shots there. He has actually told us, a request from Lance that if he gets first blooded or secures the first blood, need to make sure we shout, put him on the board in honor.
Put him on the
of Lance's
board.
sword. Put him on the board. Exactly what we're going to do for Lance there. But say this is such a hot roster as well, and also Crazy Fool returning champion here in the Creator Cup 2 as well. Played on Bear Force 1 with Grizzly, managed to get the victory that time. So if you wanted to keep that one going,
yeah, one of the few people that returns for the third time. I think he was also part of it for the very first Content Creator Cup when it was in its infancy. Still a lot less people back then. Like now we have 25 content creators battling it out for this spray, as we said. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna be definitely a hard battle, but we definitely have it in them as well. Baerbock, War Leader, Empress, and Mud, and Ojia, the captain himself, are gonna be the ones facing off for Ashkarov's army to get this important spot, right? To get the spray into the game.
And looking back at the format as well, so these are best of ones before this game. It's double elimination as well. So when one of these teams inevitably lose this game, that is how this kind of works. Their tournament life is not over just yet. They will drop down to the lower brackets and play off against the losing team from our other matchup that we have got just coming up after this game as well. So still plenty more opportunities for content as well, Tang. And I think whilst we're just waiting for that draft to get ready and we can really start diving in towards this game, I think we gotta talk about the big guy who's finally allowed on this patch, Acheron. He's had his first balance patch here in 1.8.3. He is now ready to jump onto the Sanctuary map here on the Predecessor game channel.
Yeah, guys,
Oh,
if you have any opinions on him, drop it in the Twitch chat. Always interesting to see different opinions. Honestly, I think really fun kids, like with the Whiplash onto those awards, can really look for those outplays. And I think it's also like a different hero compared to something like the Wukong that was a bit on the harder side. I think this one is very playable, I think, for everybody. I'm expecting it to come out, but honestly, after this last balance patch, I'm not 100% sure where he is in the meta at the moment. But I know some heroes, they're always a must ban, TJ, now that we start the draft. The Yuri, for example. First ban immediately, they don't want anything to do with her.
I mean, Yuri was showcased in our previous Content Creator Cup, absolutely dominated. And in PCC, that carries on as well. This, though, this ban is not what we see normally, but that's why we know it's a target ban.
Yep,
Gadget taken off the board. Lance Cecil, number 1 Gadget player in the world, allegedly, Your Honor, will not be playing Gadget this first game.
Rank 2. Let's keep it at rank 2.
Oh, yes. Of course, yes. You have got the number 1 ranked one here. Well, I forget. Sorry, Tang.
No. Yeah, I mean, Lance is already fuming, right? Like, this Gadget ban, I mean, he is not gonna be happy, but yeah, I mean, we're not gonna see it. It's Gadget is pretty decent in the meta as well, but obviously, like, Matt does not want to play into Lance's gadgets, don't want to give him the comfortability of a hero that he plays all the time. See the Grux ban come in as well. We did see in the last PCC, Grux have a lot of prio. Heroes like the Quang, heroes like the Howitzer, heroes like the Grux, I think, in the same vein. All of them have been banned away. Skylar also being banned away. So Ashkarath Army going for a very sort of different banning style as we've seen in those previous tournaments.
Of course, I mean, when we look at the draft, there's so many different ways you can approach it. You can either take off some of the strongest heroes, right? As you say, the Yuri, take the Grux off the board. You can target big as well. You can maybe take off heroes that are going to go against how you want to play and stuff like that, and so how your draft identity is going to forge. Honestly, we're on the first game. We're on the first draft. And honestly, Tang, I did not anticipate Chimera as the first pick for Hat Factory. Nashcross Army getting the first pick steal as well. I feel like I need to maybe turn off the PCC side of my analytical brain here.
I mean, I just hope we can turn it off, because I'm here for some banger games, right? Like, we don't need to see the biggest try-hard games. Like, we know that all of these content creators have it in them. A lot of them are Paragon, a lot of them are very high rank in the game.
Yes.
But honestly, like, this is about having fun as well. So seeing a few of these picks that we don't necessarily see in the competitive scene too much is a breath of fresh air, honestly. And I think Chimera is honestly not that weak. And having this setup now with this Renner, with this Richter, it's really shaping up already.
I mean, that Renner has, since they've appeared on the scene, they have been absolutely dominating. I think it's fair to say. He did get hit with some nerfs in the previous patch, but still not enough, actually say, to dissuade them from picking the Renner for themselves. Decker as well also got a few changes in the recent patch to make her laning phase feel a little bit better. Can be the third pick there to complete that kind of holy trinity of also setup as well. In fact, we've got Stupor and the Riplash on one side, Stasis Bomb and Boulder Toss on the other side to go into the third bans.
That's a good ban. Like I was about to say, like if Lance gets his gadget banned away, then surely Mutt gets her Howitzer banned away. Gideon being picked up instead. And yeah, it's actually a good point, TJ, because we do see a lot of hard CC come out from both teams. But Richter, usually you want to pilot it with a lot of hard CC on the rest of the lanes. Chimera is fine, but honestly, you would prefer something like a Rampage, something like a Decker as well, where you can really set those hooks up to make them as easy as possible. Ashkaroth's army, though, pretty smart drafting, taking this away from the Hat Factory and making sure that they're not going to have as much utility as they might like.
Well, we are going to see the lock-in of the Drongo to complete that Librarian lane, as we like to call it, with the Richter in the support. A lot of silences, for sure, but we get to see him. Acheron will be locked in for the Hat Factory and making his debut here on the Predecessor game channel. It is very worth mentioning here that Acheron can be mirrored. This is his Content Creator Cup. He can be mirrored. He cannot be banned away. Of course, we want to see what these content creators can do with the newest heroes. Ashcroft's army, I don't think will probably go for the Acheron themselves here, but that is always a possibility.
Oh, the Twin Blast. Okay, so it's going to be the steal, most likely in the offlane against Acheron on the other side. So we are gonna be able to see him in action, and honestly, not having a mirror is almost better, TJ, anyways, because then we can see it in a tournament environment, how it fares in the offlane. I'm still wondering where those Hat Factory members are actually gonna end up. I think it might be JC Wolf on this Drongo. I do believe he played ADC last time he was around. But yeah, a lot of known names. Ashkurosami as well, Ogia, Baerbock, War Leader, Empress. A lot of returning faces, and honestly, it's gonna be a banger.
This is going to be an entertaining one for sure here. I have got word from not Null, as they have provided a lot of insightful knowledge onto this draft, but actually from Choice Plays on production. Thank you, Null. Thank you, Choice. The game is ready, so we will be dropping down onto the Sanctuary map in just moments as we hit that transition and see that lovely cinematic view of the Sanctuary map. Welcome, everyone, to Predecessor game here. Winners round 1, best of 1 between Hat Factory and Ashkarov's army.
So it's gonna be crazy for on the off lane piloting this Acheron. It's gonna be interesting to see how he fares with it. We do see the recommended items usually being those magical bruiser sort of items, but I think that's mainly good in the jungle. I think on the off lane, it's most likely gonna be a lot of attack damage. Then having this Chimera, having this Renner, I feel like there's so much aggression on our Dusk side.
And we also get the jump party to make sure everyone is aware that this is a little bit more fun. And there it is, Empress showing off the Ghost Wolves. That is a spray that could be going into the game for one of these teams if they take it all the way and win tomorrow's finals in that best of 3 series. But we remain the best of 1 at least between these two teams flashing on the map. And as we get to see a few of the lane assignments coming through here as well. Crazy Fall, you know, on the right-hand side. I mean, you mentioned Acheron brings so much to the table. He's got such a lot of kit here. So lane, we're not surprised to see, but there's also jungle. Or question mark?
It can definitely play it in a lot of places, I think. Yeah, jungle and offlane is probably the 2 rows where you really want to pilot it. As we see Hook connect on the left-hand side. Actually, barely stepped away as we pan over the
minion.
rest of... Yeah, got it, the minion. Easy peasy. Empress struggling against Crazy Bull. The level 2, always super dangerous to hit. Steel should be able to catch it under the turret though at the very least. And I think, TJ, this game is gonna be all about where the Chimera decides to go. So much early game pressure, especially against something like the Rampage. And Mud already fuming. What is this jungler doing in the lane?
Yeah, I think we definitely need to have a chat with Wangle. It's 2 minutes into the game and already a Chimera has appeared in the mid lane. Let's see how many more gate crashes I'm going to rock up here as Wangle wants to take away that free camp. Walida jump down, just fights over this last one. Looks like he was able to secure it.
Kai wins.
Hitting level 3, but Wangle at the moment, he's just swinging away. Got that unleash, a lot of damage on the tower. Goes for the jump, and it's Wangle. Gets himself first blood and a blink away.
The execute damage off the ambush, enough to get the frag, and he gets put on the board. It's not Lance himself, but honestly, it's fine. Wango is gonna pick this one up, and as like the prophecy has been fulfilled, right? This Chimera that we were questioning in the draft already, making it work, getting this frag onto the Rampage, and DJ, it's even worse than it would be if it was just the frag, but it's also getting rid of this this red buff off this Rampage in the early game. That's gonna make this clear so much slower for War Leader.
It'll be very tricky to try and recover here as Lance on that Renner pick is able to get a very favorable trade with Mud, just utilizing a bit more of that range. I think that the Renner is able to provide over the Gideon for now. War Leader hovering now, and Lance is a little bit far pushed forward, but Mud is also a little low. Stupid not going to connect though for a bit of a range as Lance will have to expend the blink to get to the river. Should be able to get safe. He's got a Richter waiting on that red buff side, but blink has been utilized in the mid lane.
Mud is really playing with fire, staying close by. This execute damage out of the Renner. Did see Lance still try to find this frag. Was still the recall, and yeah, it's just gonna be this blink invested as Empress against Crazy Fool on this left-hand side. So low, a jump in, and that is jump down. Easy frag there for Crazy Fool in this tower dive, already getting those early frags.
That is what we call a solo bowler on the right-hand side, utilizing that web lash ability here, and also side of the Hat Factory, they're able to secure Seedling on the left-hand side. While Leader is still in the jungle, the Seedling on the right-hand side is also available to take here. But so far, so good, the Hat Factory team.
It's really showcasing also this augment, right? Being able to lash onto the wall, then go for the roots, and then jump down, get this guaranteed knockup. It's not as easy done as said, but Crazy Fool, obviously one of the best players we have in Predecessor, and he's showing it on the offlane, still already struggling, and I'm afraid it's not gonna get much better once he finishes his first few items with a bit of a gold lead already in the early game. Head Factory, they really wanna get this spray in the game. Wango already in the mid lane again, and Mud looks like a repeat of the last event. Wally that tries to respond.
Trying to get there, a bit of body blocking and also pouncing down on towards Wangle. The Chimera, so good at going in, but in fact, Urge is going to make sure he's so good at going out. He's picked off with the counter rotation coming in from dual lane, and Lance gets himself put on the board in the mid lane as the Ashcroft's army group up inside of the mid lane. Stasis Bomb going to land on towards JC Wolf here, but 2 kills answer back as the army will strike back.
Still 1 HP. Crazy Fool looking for the dive, just barely not getting it. But look at all these minions being denied. Empress, she is struggling on this right-hand side and needs the help of the Rampage. Ogia as well, JC Wolf going really deep into this blue side. It's just gonna get away though. Yeah, this right-hand side, it's gonna be a problem, TJ.
It is. I mean, Wally, they're coming over just to try and get some of the minions back, make sure that gold is not lost here. Dual lane action. No, JC Wolf not going to find out. Riplash is a stasis bomb from up on high, stuns him up, and Bearbok will get himself that killing blow. It's not going to towards left hand side. Ashcroft's army kills the 2, starting to move ahead in the kill lead for the first time this game.
Yeah, they're finding those frags. Really impressed on this left-hand side as well. Ogia dodging the hook with this dash, utilizing the Twin Blast passive to perfection as well. As now the seedling being secured by Wango with the help of Lance, of course, as well. Mud does have the safety of the Gideon. Gets herself to safety back under the tier 1, but a lot of damage being exchanged right there. And gotta think Wango has an easy pathway into this Fang Pit.
He has got dual lane in a very good position to help him out as well. Mud being a little bit low, might be unlikely to see the Gideon try to go for the black hole, but dual lane's also on the way, so potential here for a 4 versus 4. Mud's still sticking around. Leader looking to try and get in towards the pit as Fangtooth drops low 1k. Black hole comes out from Mud though, secured though by Wangle as the black hole going to help out as much. Abyssal Rift will be opened up. Stun's going to land though. Wangle dealing with 3 members, and now it's the Ashcroft's army who needs to get out of the base here. But there's going to be some blinks expended, and everyone is oh so low. Ogia jumps into the pit, sees a highlight reel moment, but blinks away. Back to safety. Neo, give him a few more taps on the way out. Boulder toss from a leader should be enough to dissuade, but Fangtooth secured by Wangle.
There's no way nobody died in that fight. Holy.
Right?
The only thing that did fall was, of course, this Fangtooth by Wangle claiming this one. But yeah, lots of action already in this early game. 8 minutes in the game. We've seen a bunch of seedlings already fall. I think most of them went into the pockets of the Chimera. But honestly, not that bad. Both level 6. Fangtooth being the lead. Ashcroft's army, though, have that gold, or the kill advantage, I should say. Ogia, especially on this left-hand side, has been able to get those kill participations, whether it's this frag onto the Richter or this good rotations towards this mid lane. So this is sort of the point of time where we can see, okay, this left-hand side of Ashcroft's army is kind of winning, but this right-hand side is on fire. So it's about sort of contrasting the strengths between those teams.
And maybe that's why Empress might be a bit happy to be on the steal at that point, because even if you are put behind by Crazeful, you're still a steal. You still have all of that CC, and you still have that incredible ultimates here. As Crazeful was going to deal with both Wallida and Empress right now. Shield Slam is going to land on towards Crazeful, and there's CC. Stupor will connect from land Cecils. The Consume comes out looking to turn this around, and there is the power of the Acheron. Waggle is here to help out. He's going to go immediately over towards the Mini Prime.
Oh, it looks so good, but Crazy Fool, he gets enraged. He gets so much lifesteal as well with this jump, and then the Consume coming out, just executing everybody in front of his sights. Didn't have the blink up, didn't need it when that Shield Slam came down. Now 2 more picks secured for Head Factory. they regain the kill lead. And also this mini prime now onto Crazy Fu is gonna make it so much easier for him to keep on pushing on this right hand side.
So he's just able to move around here. A bit like JC Wolf with the ultimate into Riplash, and Mud has now got the dual lane in her mid lane. And that is going to be a very easy catch there. Into the silence is coming out from the Richter and the Drongo. Just certain death. And all the skill shots connect.
Yeah, especially, and then having this Mesmerize as well, just for... Yeah, I mean, just to make it even worse when those ganks actually come through. Drongo and Richter have been such a lethal combination for so long. Let's see if Warleader can do anything in response. Right-hand side still being pushed under the tier 1. Chimera potentially even looking for a dive. Might be responded to, though, on this left-hand side.
I mean, this tower is not going to last too long. Turret plating still up for about another 2.5 minutes at the moment before they fall. We're going to be moving in, though. Wangle, Mud once again, torn space utilized, while Leader's still hovering over on the left. All about the dive, did take away the 5 camp. The left of the red buff here, but Wangle says thank you very much. Ceiling spawns on the right hand side is there to take it, and it's more golden XP into that Chimera's pocket.
Yeah, this Chimera is going to be a problem, as is Crazy for Empress has to give up this turret. That's the strength of this mini prime in the early game. And at some point, like, this Acheron can participate in those team fights. Second Fangtooth, third Fangtooth, that's where we're going to see Crazy for really be able to invest all of this gold that he's getting right now, as this is going to be a dive onto... under the tier 2, and it's enough. The consume coming through. Level 7 on Emperor, 3 level lead, and Crazy Fool looks to extend it.
Oh, that was so unfortunate as well. The unstoppable bull rush from the augment to get away from the consume push. Now Warleader pops the Behemoth, jumps down, boulder toss to the face.
Oh, he misses.
Nearly getting that turret. Is able to at least blink over the top here, and Warleader looked the wrong way, didn't clear the wave, and tier 2 tower will drop. The Crazy Fool causing so many problems on this right hand side as the second Fangtooth of the game makes its appearance.
Almost got caught though. Like this hook almost didn't go through, as on his left hand side blink forward by JC Wolf with this Rift Walkers, able to lock him down. Wango making sure that this Twin Blast is dead for certain, as now this Fangtooth is in the cards for them. Another Mesmerize connects, and Mud in a bad spot. Good stun connects. Bearbox saving the life of Mud, but you gotta think this Fangtooth might still not be theirs to contest.
And this is where Ashcroft's army had the strength in the left-hand side. Taking Oja out of the equation, Ashcroft's army and to move in. They found Fangtooth down to half, while Leader just dealing with this Richter at the moment, who just gets stunned up and will lose their life for it. This allows the Ashcroft army to move forward as Wangle hits 2 with that Koldo. Blinks trying to get away from the Mortal Coil as Lance will open up the Abyssal Rift. The Disco Ball and a Black Hole in response, though. Big team fight starting to balloon here outside of the Fangtooth play, while Leader jumps down and tries to take the Fangtooth, while everyone is distracted. He's gonna even get the pick himself. Costs him his life. An ace for the side of the Hat Factory, with Fangtooth taken by that rampage.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously not worth, but honestly, it's at least making the best out of a disastrous position. They're making sure to at least get this Fangtooth, so if the game goes super long, then at least this third Fangtooth Monty can't be achieved before this primal Fangtooth spawns. But we can see all of these turrets being sieged now. Left-hand side Neo with those red rounds, getting this one mid lane, also tier 1 falling. And that's so much gold now into the pockets, especially after they won this team fight just before as well, and got those 5 frags in the pockets as well.
So it is, we're seeing the fundamentals coming here on competitive Predecessor. Even here in the Creator Cup, you know, you have that advantage, you have that team fight win. It's like, okay, what do we get out of it? Mid lane tier 1 tower, dual lane tier 1 tower. That's a lot of standing gold in the pockets of the Concrete army. 5 members off the board, you get all of the golden XP from that. It's going to hop back to us on the cams as well as just revolt. We just hop back in to the spectate mode.
Yeah, just a few issues, making sure to get them back. Honestly, we did at least see this new screen with Yura and Acheron there on the background. Honestly, such dope splash arts. But yeah, this game, I'm not gonna be candid with this one, TJ. It looks pretty rough at the moment. Hat Factory, they're coming out swinging. have 2 PCC champions. Actually, 1 2-time PCC champion even. Yeah, and Ashkarov's army, they were picking their friends, I think, in the draft. And yeah, I mean, honestly, we heard it when Mud joined the voice chat, right? They were having a lot of fun, and that's what we are here for anyways. Definitely weren't hoping, though, that this game goes as it goes, especially after, as you said, this 5k is happening there at the second Fangtooth.
This feels very much like the first point in this game where it's been a resounding lead for the side of the Hat Factory. As I said, you know, you got the kills on the right-hand side, all that gone XP, only on Crazy Fool, only on Wangle there. But this is the first time we've seen that come across the entire team as we hop that back down onto the Sanctuary map at the 14-minute mark as well. After that second Fangtooth. I imagine you talk about the fun here in the comms. I could just imagine Walida just hitting on the Fangtooth like, don't worry, guys, I got it at least. Don't worry, everyone. I'm still going to get the Fangtooth.
Jungle Gap is what we call this, but now Wango wants his revenge as he invades onto Warleader.
He's going to go for the invade there, but he saw the gateway taken by Crazy Fool. JC Wolf hitting a Riplash and more gold being given over towards Crazy Fool. Makes the web sling, and it's going to be Neo picking up a double kill. 5 kills now on this Drongo. 5 kills on towards Crazy Fool. We didn't even get to talk about it there, but Neo bumping out the damage there. Got a triple kill in that ace just moments ago.
Honestly, I just feel bad for Gia and Barbok, though, because they were playing really well in the early game, but at some point it just does not matter once those team fights go sour, and even having those small leads in lane are just gonna be eaten up when the other side of the map is super far ahead. Next mini prime claimed. It's gonna go into the pockets of Wangle himself, and now we're gonna have a good peek at what he wants to achieve with this one. 15 minutes in the game, already open up the map even more as this Richter goes low.
So just fighting between 3 members here. Should eventually go down, and Walida pick him off with the Rumble. Got a feel, though, that probably Neo was the target there. And goes into the sky. Stupa gonna land onto 2 around that corner. Wangle looking for the opportunity. Ambushes forward. And that unleashed just so much work onto the dual lane. OG able to push back Wangle. Backed up into a corner. And the rest of the damage is going to follow. But there's Wangle jumping forward. Mud with the black hole. Looking to try and turn it around. But the Stupa cancels it immediately. Wangle will still fall. TB not going to get out of this one. Takes down by Lance. And now Bearbuck is going to be in danger. Lance still jumping around. Avoiding all of the CC. And that allows Neo to put the final bullet into the back of that one. Lance Diesel gets the credit. 3 kills put on the board by the Renner in the mid lane.
Oh, Lance pops off there with this execute. The worst ability if you are his teammate, picking up all of these kills for himself. 4-1 and 7. The scoreline now of the Renner is the Shaper is up next. No chance to contest this one as it's just gonna fall 16 minutes in. Acheron has summoned the meteorites. Go down, transform the map, open up those new pathways, and start sort of this transition into this mid to late game.
So at this point here, we're gonna have that Orb Prime spawning in about 3 minutes time. Fangtooth is our 3rd Fangtooth of the game. Neither team on 3 Fangtooth point, 3 Fangtooth Monty as we like to call it here on the cast avenue here. And I really get the sense, Tang, that as the map is opening up here, looking at the Hat Factory composition, they just have even more freedom to move around. They have this quite powerful lead, and now with the new gateways opening, opportunities to maybe find more kills and close out this game.
It's especially concerning when you have somebody like a Richter walk over paths that are usually not allowed to him, right? Crazy Fool on this left-hand side, not connecting with the knockup. Good cage coming in by Bearbuck, making sure that his ADC Ogia is able to escape. They go pretty greedy into this blue side. They have everybody there. Empress still on the left side, and the hook connects.
Look in towards that fighter, but Mud goes for the black hole over the top of everyone and gets so much value, but will immediately get consumed as Kratos gets the kill, and another Riplash will connect. Mid laners are down, but the Richter's Riplash makes sure there's another one going back to spawn while Ida loses their life as Neo gets another kill. Jungle down, Fangtooth on the board, and Wangle understands the mission assignment.
4 versus 5. They managed to trade 2 for 1. Honestly, not the worst for Ashkarov's army, but the problem, of course, is that this Fangtooth is also the reward. So getting this 1 more kill, getting this objective as well for themselves. Not worth it trading this shutdown there onto lands. But it's at least getting something back, right? I think at some point, if you're very far behind, then at least getting something in your hands is better than nothing. So you need to go for these plays. You need to find the angles, and they have a lot of hard CC still. So if they can lock somebody down as the runner there, they are still able to burst down some of those head factory members.
I think maybe that is going to be the crucial factor here for the side of Ashkar's army, is playing around that deco. When you look at the Hat Factory composition here, aside from Lance on the Renner and Crazy Fool, who at least has that the web sling over the terrain here, that containment fence, that stasis bomb would be huge. Combining with that boulder toss, not gonna hit though Lance just this time, but I still like it. Ashkar's army playing to their comp strengths, fishing all these picks. There is a lot of shutdowns available there, but the web sling is gonna root up Wild Leader's got 3 members looking. Take down this jungle. That's exactly what they do. Simply run down the jungler for Ashkar's army. Empress, the next target, is able to at least get that tier 2 tower, but it's another pick for the Hat Factory squad.
They just run into the jungle. It's like a freight train right there. Getting rid of the rampage as now the Decker getting Dove Empress. Good ultimate.
Also, they're combining their mud with the black hole. At this point, the Hat Factory team are just so far ahead, you're not seeing that being able to be capitalized on, as Mud still playing around the middle of the team as well, able to dodge around, but Crazy Fool hits with that knock-up, and Neo gets another kill gifted over to them. OG are looking for it, but there's another Riplash from JC Wolf. We talk about content. A Riplash highlight reel might be on the card. Still have a bit of time to edit that video as he gets sent back to spawn, but the tier 2 tower will at least drop in the mid lane.
Crazy Fool also the next target. Really good mobility coming out though. They don't see Crazy Fool. He is just so sneaky on the Acro and the Whiplash onto the wall, evading the chasers, even with the behemoth popped there by Wall Leader. Not able to find a response frag, and Wanger was 1 HP a second ago. Chimera's inherent sustain makes him full HP in just 2 camps.
I mean, honestly, we've all been at this point, right? When the Chimera just gets to the stage of the game where it's able to sustain through anything, and that's just like, you gotta look at every objective now. Is this solo a ball? It's like Wangle could just be starting up this objective at any point in the game if Ashcroft's army do not vision on towards these objectives, having to play that in the back of their minds. They're currently grouped up though, dealing with the waves, trying to push back, but the Hat Factory team, so they've got eyes not just on Wild Leader but also the Orb Primer. They can pick off the jungler yet again. Crazy Fool is doing a lot of that work there. Consume pulls Wild Leader in, and unfortunately Jungle will once again not be in this objective play, and Empress will be joining them.
Crazy Fool really wants the spray. Holy, he is just doing it on his own, just finds the outplay in the 1 versus 2 until the team arrives, and Renna picks up another frag with this execute on her primary ability. So this Morse Recoil really working in this one, and now Prime secured. Primal Fang Tube is gonna be next. Prime Shaper as well, and with that 22 minutes in, I was about to say this is usually the time where you can look for comebacks. Maybe Crazy Fool is the one stepping up too far.
Let's get hit by the CC. Stasis bomb unfortunately hits the staircase. Not able to find it, but a blink having to be expended by Crazy Fool. You can see the CC starting to combine. Bearbok with that containment defense was able to lock down Crazy Fool for enough time, but he's only merely distraction here. Shaper secured Seedlings on the way down the left, mid, and right-hand waves as this siege just doesn't relent for the Hat Factory team.
Wanger chasing after the jump, still keeping this unleash, keeping this cleanse if he needs it. It's going to be the engage on the left side. Wanger on his own.
He's going to be hit by another boulder toss there. Still fighting out. Cool lands on towards 2, and Lance opens up the rift once again while Leader is down, and Wangle was the target, and Wangle is the one who gets out of it there. And all that was needed was the Renner Stupor and that Abyssal Rift.
Getting another frag for themselves, and Wanger going a bit too deep, but knows that he has a lance behind him, and making sure that this Chimera is going to be able to come back to safety to secure this Primal Fang 2 for the Team Mud. might be getting dove there by Crazyfoot, that is really feeling himself on this right-hand side. The steal, the Gideon, they just don't have the damage to get rid of the Acheron.
And I think that's going to be a very consistent theme across this weekend. With Acheron always allowed, can't be banned, can be mirrored. It's how do these content creators look to try and take him down? Because this is what happens when the Demon King on his grand debut here on the Predecessor game channel, Crazyfool going what he can do, looking for a fight. Mud just gets deleted here as Neo gets a yet another kill. Crazyfool falls back. Empress, while leader having to blink away from the consume, able to pull multiple members in through that voracious maw that he has. Another stun lands from Wangle. The call will be answered, and the rest of the team piling the damage. OG jumps down, and now he's just looking to play with their food. The final kills, while leader taken out of the fight here. Minions crashing onto the core. They just need to close this game out.
Okay, if you're watching this and you're wondering how do I play Acheron, I think it's time to shoot Crazyfool at the end, because he is absolutely on fire with those consumes, with those web lashes as well. We can see him one more time jumping onto a war leader's back that even with that behemoth can only suffer through the consequences of allowing Acheron to exist on the enemy team.
Mud will go for the black hole. Bit more damage stats there, but unfortunately cannot stop the core being destroyed. And victory on this day goes to Hat Factory. They will advance to the next round here in the upper brackets. And Ashraf's army dropped to the lower finals. And Tang, I think you hit the nail on the head there, showcasing to everyone what happens. Not just when Crazyfool is able to completely take over a game, but when Acheron just reaches the unkillable Demon King level.
That was absolutely fantastic to watch. Completely smurfing, but it obviously wasn't only Crazyfool. I think in the mid lane we also had a guy pick up all of these frags as well on the Renner. Lance was putting up a monster performance as well, and I think we have him here for an interview as well.
All right, let's get Lance onto the screen. I know I'm honestly sort of cut to his camera, and he's just going to have such a huge smile on his face, almost borderline smug. There it is. And the Hat Factory, of course. Wondering how many hats that we're going to have to watch here from the Hat Factory team when we get you guys onto interview. GG's, Lance. Congratulations on your victory and that Renner performance. You guys had a lot of fun that game.
I had a lot of fun. I think it's easy when you've got teammates the way that I do. I wasn't around for draft, but I sent a little bit of a list to choice, and I just kind of want to get this out right now. I have 3 of my top 4 picks on my list on my team somehow. And then JC Wolf was like 15 for me. It feels good to be playing with people at the caliber that I'm playing. I expect Crazyfool to win every single off-lane matchup today, so
I mean, it definitely looked a bit unfair, right? Having a PCC champion like yourself, right? And then also draft another PCC champion like Crazyfool, and then, of course, Wango as well, just absolutely popping off. I mean, on this Renner, looking good. What do you think about the gadget ban, though? Like, that was looked a bit personal.
Surely.
Okay. So I've been talking to a couple of the people that are participating in the event, because like pretty much everybody in the guild is pretty tight with each other, and everybody I've talked to has told me that they were banning gadget into me, and I'm like, I'm like the 5th best player on my team. Target banning me is not going to do it for you. I'm level 10 on 6 mid lane heroes. Like, you can get rid of gadget, but it just means I'm not going to get any of the big flashy plays.
Well, I definitely saw it there, right? This Renner popping off. I think got a triple kill on this left-hand side as well with that Mortal Coil. Picking up all of those frags. Honestly, Renner is so good to look good in, because like you just get all those executes, no? Like I love playing that hero as well, and I think one of the more fun heroes that we've seen out of Predecessor, especially from those newer ones, some of them really pushing the limit with their designs. But yeah, talking about this new hero as well, Lance, what do you think about the Acheron? Crazyfool was just absolutely demolishing people on it.
I think that we're very fortunate that hero can't be banned. It's one of Crazyfool's favorite heroes. When they like originally did the you can test the patch thing, he was saying that it's going to be his main hero, how much he loved it. So this is quite the opportunity for Crazyfool just to be able to have a full day where he gets to play it and nobody can do anything about it. So
fantastic.
Find an answer, I guess.
I got I got one more thing for you, and I think maybe a bit of a bone to pick as well, because Mud said that she invited you into the mid lane, of course, but you didn't have to bring the rest of the team, honestly. Like, how many ganks, honestly, was just Wangle and the whole team turning up? Like, come on, man. You got invited to a party, you can't just bring +5 at this point here. That's a bit too much.
You can. I'm a walking party. Where I go, the boys go with me. You roll with an entourage when you're the captain, right? They're my secret security, my private bodyguard. So where you see this hat and this face, or this hat, this face, you will see Wangle today. So good luck, everybody.
All right, there we go, Lance. Thank you very much for taking time to talk to us here. We're going to send you back to your team. That's going to do it for this interview and concluding that game as well. Cheers, Lance.
Bye-bye.
Back to our screens as well. Honestly, I just love the vibes. You know, we saw from Mud pre-game as well. Like, everyone's pretty chill, everyone's pretty happy. And now, basically, of course, Lance obviously getting that victory. That felt good as well. It didn't quite get the first blood, though.
Nope. That was onto Wangle, just like a psychopath on this camera, jumping onto the tier 2. Like, obviously, I guess when you pick that hero, that is something that you need to do anyways. But yeah, bang of the game. If we remember and think back to the brackets, it was only one of 2 games, though, in this first round. We do have a second one coming up as well. Another best of 1, another banger, and that is going to be up next.
Oh, so much to look forward to. We're gonna go to a break. When we come back, next matchup, we'll see you in a few minutes. And welcome back, everyone, to our coverage here of Creator Cup number 3 on the Predecessor game channel. I'm still TJ. That's still Tang alongside me. And our second matchup of the day, we'll be seeing 2 new teams, Tang. It's zFighters versus the Mad Gamers, Kev Kaoken's team versus Mad Dog. This should be a fun one.
It is going to be a banger, I think. This first game was a bit of a blowout. The second one should be a bit closer, I think, at least looking through the names. A lot of recognizable people. Hello, Null. Good to see you. Duty, Sockcap, Window the Maze, Thunderburger for Kev. And then on the side of Mad Dog, we do have Lasso Games, King Ninja. I think Nori had to sub out for this one. And then Battered Wolverine as well.
Yes, I believe we have got Kitty playing in place of Nori on the Bad Gamers. If I would wait to be corrected by production at least, but I think that is okay. That is correct. Thank you very much. As the entire production team behind me say in unison, especially Null as well, making sure that it is correct here. Another draft. A reminder, everyone, of well, Crazy Fool showed power of the Acheron. Acheron cannot be banned and can be mirrored. This is his kind of showcase series. I'm wondering, Tang, what are these teams going to do to try and stop the Acheron?
Yeah, I mean, let's just not take 2 steps forward quite yet, because we don't even know if the rest of the teams actually want to play it. We did hear from Lance that Crazy Fool loves that new Acheron hero. He's really good at it, of course, as well. Let's just see if the rest of the squad wants to pick it up, and if they do, then there's the good question, right? Is it going to be off lane? Is it going to be jungle? Is it going to be a mirror maybe even, right? Might even see 2 of them. Acheron is a really fun kit, so I'm expecting a lot of teams wanting to pick this one up, but one of those bans that we're going to see regardless is this Renner. We did see last game how Lance was popping off on this one, and that leaves the second sister as well, Ure, expecting that one to get banned away right now.
Now, Tang, this is why we have you on the casting desk, knowing that the Yore, of course, is just too good at this point. We've seen what happens when Yore is able to take over games. Understandably banned away. Faye and Renner hitting the mid lane pool as well. We did see what Renner can do. Also saw what the Chimera can do as well. It's going to be yet another ban. Now, this is leaving a lot open. I mean, the Grux is available. Kwang is available. At this point here, Rampage is available, but the Mad Gamers, sorry, they're going to take themselves a Richter first pick. And again, it's just a lot open at this point, so I'm wondering what the zFighters have got in store for us.
Such a good pick, TJ. Like, zFighters, they have Sockcap, of course. Follow him on YouTube. He has hands down, like, I love all of our content creators, but my personal favorite in terms of quality of YouTube videos, just so good, and so many Richter compilations. So if you want to see somebody play Richter to perfection, then you look at Sockcap, but not in this game, because he was obviously picked away from him by Mad Dog's army. Gonna be responded to by this Gideon and this Greystone. So say, okay, we can't have the hard CC that pulls you forward. Okay, then we're just not gonna take any hard CC at all.
Sure, you have got that second life, and then you have the safety of the Gideon. Mud definitely showcased that in our first game, being constantly on receiving ends of more ganks in the mid lane than we were expecting, but was able to keep themselves alive for a lot of that game. Mad Gamers. Deal once again being picked up here early on in the draft, but we are going to see the Boris built up as well. So we have got some different flavors coming in for this game.
Different flavors, but a lot of chunky boys, right? Boris, of course, is relatively squishy, but also one of those bigger ones. So Steel, Richter, Boris, a lot of frontline to get through. We see for zFighters, this Murdoch being picked up in response. Skylar banned away. So we also see a lot of target bans, target picks. Especially like how the Mad Gamers actually approaching this, right? Thunderburger for zFighters, we know loves the Fae, also banned away at the very start. Now Morn being picked away as well. So a lot of interesting bans coming in, and also like going really in depth on what our content creators actually like to play instead of just focusing on those meta heroes instead.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it is an avenue you can take as a target ban or target what your team doesn't want to play against from a meta standpoint. Acheron, all the zFighters locked in. So we're going to see what the Beefy Boys composition of the Mad Gamers can do against it. Essentially, do they try and find an angle to go with it here? Maybe, probably not. I mean, we've seen probably all of Acheron's lanes already been assigned. The gadget, though, will be locked in. Lance is going to be kicking himself for that one.
Yeah, at least we are gonna see a gadget. and a Kiro actually pop off. So it's going to be a lot of team fighting ultimates there with the microwave on top of the Kiro ultimate, and then on top of this shield slam as well. So I think for Mad Dog, they have a very consistent sort of approach to these team fights. On set fighters, we also have a pretty similar, honestly, team fighting draft, but it's more about this dive, right? This Greystone can jump in, this Gideon can jump in, and this Narbash can also wreak havoc into this back or front line, wherever he wants to be.
I mean, whenever we talk about the Beefy Boys composition, always wondering when the Narbash is going to turn up as well. Not quite summer, we are in the fall series, but the Orc on the drum kit, always a fun hero to watch. And then talk about dive, Acheron as well, able to jump in on the party. Okay, Tang, so I preempted my entire question to you. You know, it's like, how are teams going to stop this draft? Right, we now have an Acheron. Mad Gamers, can they do it?
Okay.
Or how do they do it?
You need to answer a question first, though. Is this going to be an Acheron in jungle, or is it going to be an offlane?
Ooh, I think this is going to be Acheron jungle.
Acheron jungle, interesting.
I think Greystone into the offlane. Again, it could be either or, to be honest. I mean, we've already got a game in the offlane, so I want to see I want to see a jungle game. You know, just purely to cross all of our points here.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, whatever happens, I think. Acheron can be offlane, can be jungle, but yeah, I mean, we did see last game completely took over the game, had those Whiplash augment able to not only jump onto the wall, but get this roots, get this knock up, and then together with the rest of the hard CC of the Narbash should be able to lock people down. Whether it's offlane or jungle is gonna mostly matter in the early game. Late game, honestly, can be either or, as you said. Second life of the Greystone, always a nice tool to use to go for the smite. But DJ, where we are actually gonna go, we are gonna find out in the Sanctuary.
Absolutely, we have got the game ready. Z5 is taking on the Mad Gamers. We're back onto the Sanctuary map here for the winners of round one. The other matchup here in the upper bracket of this double elimination game, best of one. Up down, Wounded Amaze, taking that Greystone in towards the offlane. Actually, Null gave me the heads up. You know, Null told me it was a jungle, and I just agreed with Null. So technically, they get all the credit.
Not only technically, but of course also in reality. Yes, I hope you guys are very nice to know there in the chat as we see this game start off. Wolverine, bearded Wolverine on this Boris there. On the left-hand side, actually going for the invade early on. This is so BM. Look at this, TJ.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to the content I can get away with this. You know, I can see the thumbnail already here. 1 minute 30 seconds, taking the blue buff away from this Acheron in the jungle. If he does get away with it as well, this is a gutsy play.
I wonder how he's gonna proceed with that, because I feel like
he's not cheese ganking.
He could go on the left side, but honestly, the better play is almost to instantly recall and defend your own blue side to make sure this Acheron is not able to get anything for himself. But if he doesn't go for that, then instead it might be this gank onto the left-hand side or this walk onto this red buff sock cap. Now this hook is down, but low HP bars for Duty.
Oh, Wolverine is going to go in, and a Blink's having to come out from Sockak. Another Riplash was connected here. And Kev rocks up, expecting the blue buff to still be there. Probably a few question marks being thrown there. Kitty might feel the warpath, though, of Kev, although he is going to move in towards the red side of the jungle, try to take something back from Wolverine.
Yeah, should be able to get that, no problem. Wolverine going for the 5 camp instead of the 2 camp. So it should be about the same amount of XP. Nobody should be able to get this level 4 of these minions. Cav might still be close by enough to contest this red buff.
Web Sling, Hellfire going to go down as well. Hunt
he gets it.
Does come through, and he is going to eventually. He says, thanks for the leash. And now the fight inside of the jungle. Reinforcements are arriving. Lesser Gamer and Muffin Man on the way, but Sockcap of Duty already here. And the first blood put him on the board. It's Sockcap getting the first pick.
You just don't do that to Cav. Like, he is the nicest guy, but if you take away his jungle camps, he turns into a fiend. Takes away the red buff instead, makes it even, makes it to an advantage with this early invade by Bearded Wolverine. I love the idea, but in the end, this dual lane pressure as well from our Set Fighters team able to help Kev out there in this fight. Honestly, probably didn't even need it. The second he gets this red buff, he ticks over to... he didn't tick over to level 4, but at least he got the red buff and was able to beat out this Boris in the 1v1.
Already can't. I mean, just the opening exchange of this game already tells me that we're going to have a very interesting game on our hands, especially if we're able to see Wolverine with the most audacious invade I have ever seen. Honestly, if he was able to secure that red buff as well, getting 3 buffs, and Kev would have been really struggling behind this Boris. But they're both on the opposite side map now, and Kev's able to go back on towards that next spawn here. It's got to be on this Boris there, because he's eyeing up the right-hand side. Actually going for a play on towards Wounded Amaze, level 5. Have ultimate just yet, but a simple leap is all the Greystone needs.
And Bearded Wolverine and Windowed Amaze, both of them are good friends, of course, as well. I think they did have a few podcasts at the beginning of Predecessor. Those are now making their way back into the game. This 1.8 patch really opening up a lot of possibility there with those seedlings being added, those shapers being added, and so much action usually in the early game. We can see it again. It's the seedling starts it up by Cav. Wolverine in the vicinity. It's gonna go over in a second, and Cav has to run away.
Yeah, has to go for the river buff. Able to take that for himself as a seedling is just another battleground. Lesu Games, Muffin Man on the way. Kev jumps onto the wall, looking for the knock up. Torn space used by Thunder, but is actually able to get Kev away though. Just like that, it's a blink coming out from Wolverine as Thunder can't connect with that ultimate range though. Although Lesu Games and the Muffin Man looking for to play another blink. Muffin Man blinks after, and it's going to be another support. Getting a kill to answer back. Muffin Man takes 1-1.
Oh, feeling himself right there, almost connecting this hook onto Sockcap as well. Seedling doesn't look like the target any longer, as now this Fangtooth is going to be claimed instead. Cav on the right-hand side is not going to be able to make it in time to contest this, so a really good sequence of play coming out of the Mad Gamers, transitioning that kill easily into this Fangtooth, and just no way for Set Fighters to respond to this.
Of course, I mean, at this point, Mini Prime is a minute away. There's also a seedling as well, so just a little bit extra as well. Did slightly get toned down in amount of that golden XP, but still nice to take though. As Softcat dealing with the Muffin Man here, the Funk is going to land, and this Richter unfortunately trying to waddle around, but he's still a very large target, and L Duty able to get a kill though. Under hit by a route from that speed gate. Torn space does get him to safety though. Dual lanes starting to move towards mid lane, get a little bit more involved.
The Muffin Man was feeding himself there, but yeah, just a lot of minions there on the left-hand side. Kira not close by, mana bar really low, so not able to connect another hook onto either the Narbish or the Murdoch. So it is gonna be this response frag for Set Fighters. Still, early objectives in favor of Mad Dog and his Mad Gamers. Cav once more. Wolverine.
He's got level 6 as well. Ultimate available. Wolverine, he does hit 2 with the Fear. Funk gonna land. Muffin Man on the way over as well. Not level 5 though. Some big ultimates missing there. Riplash still connecting on towards Kev.
Consume!
The damage, but there is the consume. Kev was waiting for it. And just like that, the power of the Aqua for all to see. Unless your game steps on a static trap on the way out. Trying to escape, trying to hide behind the wall, but there's no escaping Kev. Double kill for the Acheron jungle.
Okay, how do we deal with this Acheron? Level 6 consume, sealing the fate of 3 of these Mad Gamers. As Cav now takes the rest of this red side as well. Level 6, long reached. Meanwhile, still the level 5 for the Bearded Wolverine that was really going for a different approach this game with this early invade towards this blue side. But Cav really showing his worth as one of our returning players, has been part of so many content creator cups, has been part of these PCCs as well. Whether it's the ADC role or the jungle role, it seems like he's always performing.
Such a fun player to watch as well, or on the content as well. And a shout out, of course, to the players as well. If you're joining us here on the Predecessor Game channel and you want to see the players' perspectives themselves, they are streaming on their respective platforms as well. So go stop by, give them support, message them in the chat as well. Might be able to see probably Kev's perspective here of that play in the red side from his own mark there, waiting or that Consume to find so much value. And Wolverine, he's not even level 6 there.
Oh,
he's gonna be
no.
hit by the Rune. Oh, come on, guys, that was just rude. Long arm of the law, and another kill onto the Boris.
Yeah, if you join Duty's chat to tell him about this frag, then make sure that to tell him that it was Null that sent you as well, as we are gonna have set fighters now in the lead. Kev Kaioken, greedy invades just popping off, right, with this global ultimate from the Murdoch, helping out wherever he goes with the level 7 now reached. Still level 5 for Bearded Wolverine, and he is getting punished for this early game.
Point now where Kev's able to start the mini prime, and you feel like Wolverine's just having to turn up to these plays, having to try a match, but he's just at such a disadvantage. Here it's going to land. Just another Consume lands, and Wolverine jumps into his own demise. Winnie the Mace will arrive on the scene just to pick up the mini prime for himself. The bear down even further behind. This is a rough start, guys.
Almost 2k the gold lead between gold difference between those two junglers. So I mean, Bearded Wolverine, I very much appreciate the try, but it's just 2 levels down, right? If he gets it, he looks insane. If he misses it, he looks a bit
calculated,
silly there for a second, as the Richter goes down as well. Good spacing there by Duty, making sure that the Richter doesn't even get an angle to pop the skewer. And everything is going their way. Window also with this mini prime looking for the dive.
Shield Slam is going to land. Window, of course, has got ultimate available. I don't think he needs it. Still gets the kill. The second life will proc. Able to get away from the tower. Take some of those platings as well. Solo Bolo on the right-hand side. Window the Mace, honestly, that's what he had to do much this game. Just turns up for a mini prime. Thank you very much. Gets a solo kill. Doesn't need to elaborate further.
I mean, doesn't do much and gets a solo kill in the same sentence. I don't know if you can really say it like that. But yeah, I mean, definitely been the story of the game, how Kev Kaioken on this new Acheron able to find his way into the game after this very weird early game with this invade Fang Tooth fight. Now commencing. Wolverine at least level 6 now for this one.
Gonna move in towards it there, but Kev is still gonna find the hunt. Tesla over the top. Kev uses the web lash to jump up out of the Tesla, slams back down. Impale will cancel the Consume. To keep the alive though, and it's going to be ripped down as well. And now, unfortunately, Leisure Games, the next target in the sights of Kev, did get 1 kill back, but it is a 3-for-1 play as a Fang Tooth also secured. That's a triple kill on this Acheron, and Wind in the Maze is nearly at the right lane inhibitor.
But he might have chewed off too much. Wolverine close by as well. The sniff is gonna get the slow down. Ooh, the snipe connects, but Mad Dog just barely surviving it enough to shut the door onto this window that was overextended a tiny bit, but he bought so much time. Look at this mid lane now getting sieged by the rest of the set fighters that after the early game have just found winning fight after winning fight.
I think Mad Dog needs to just take a look in the mirror. Just make sure he's still got his eyebrows after that one, because that's how close that altar was. I can feel the singe coming off here as we hover around the map. Heedling to be taken here. Ripash though pulls him away. This Richter, look at his try. Just caused some disruption here. Definitely going to live up to that though, but stuck inside a Hellfire. Riffy's pulls in too, but Muffin Man, you were alone, my friend. There's only one way that is going.
I mean, Muffin Man drops his combo. Kev presses his jump button, or like his trump, I should say, and just heals up all the damage he just took there. Just so far ahead. Level 9 to the level 6 of the Richter. Just barely scratching him at this point. Even going a bruiser build. Doesn't even have a lot of tank. Doesn't need it. Gets the seedling. Gets the pickup onto this Richter, and yeah, set fighters, they're finding the advantages. And DJ, like last game, we were saying, okay, this dual lane is going pretty well, but this off lane is on fire. Like in this game, it feels like the fire is everywhere.
It's just an absolute inferno right now. We've not even had the world shift yet. The Cataclysm hasn't arrived, but another pick onto Kitty in the mid lane. T1 Tower opened up, but this should be a free take as well. You just feel like for the Zed fighters, where can't they go on this map, honestly? All these towers are falling, and for the Mad Gamers, their map is looking incredibly small as they're losing territory all across the board.
They're getting so much money in their pockets. Another tier 2 siege. Mad Dog going for Cav. The window on the other side. Good Ursa and Burst, but it's against the Greystone.
He's able to leap, get back towards the jungle. Already used by Mad Dog as well. Just takes the hats though. Bit of an accessory. Didn't have to be in the hat factory though. As to games though, in a world of pain as Duty gets the kill. Bookshot, Vanquisher, Proc, and Akira is out of the fight. And the rest of the Dawn side moving forward. Tesladome
Window
causes some problems. Splits the fight. Not able to confirm the kills just yet. Window nearly drops, but a Stoneforge Soul crashes back down. Is he still keeping the damage going with that Seek and Destroy? Mad Dog able to cancel the Black Hole with that Bull Rush here, and Windu still stays alive. Kidsy can't confirm the damage, and Windu the Mace still stays alive, hovering behind the curtain.
Oh, no.
Don't make sure you give him the hat. Kev's arrived though on the scene, but can't confirm the kill. That's what Windu the Mace is for.
Oh, look at his HP. Sub 100. Able to pick up this frag. Cav getting chased by Leisu, forcing out this blink. Whew, they are feeding themselves. They're sieging left, they're sieging mid. They get a bunch of frags, Steel Force, Gadget Force. Just before that, we did see the dual lane also get this double kill on the left-hand side. And Zed Fighters, they're extending this lead. 12k, 13k the difference. It's not even the Shaper has spawned yet, as we just now reach the 15-minute mark.
We're dropping down. You have to feel that it's just yet another objective on the map the Zed Fighters can go for. Although, granted, said if not reached, it's not a perfect objective start. We one Fangtooth was secured by the Mad Gamers, but this is now a much different state of the game since back then. Complete control, Shaper spawning on the left-hand side. It's going to be the third Fangtooth as well, or Prime. So Mini Prime at the moment, or Prime 4.5 minutes away. What a Cersei their oyster right now. It's Mad Gamers. Cersei looking for opportunities. Wolverine takes another route though from the Gideon passive. He's try and get away, able to escape the warpath of the Zed Fighters for now.
Like a stray dog, he gets chased out. This Boris, gotta feel bad for him, but just no way to enter anywhere. One thunk could spell his doom. One encounter with the demon that is Acheron could do the same. Fangtooth claimed at least one of them was secured, the very first one by Boris. So at least the third Fangtooth Monty has not been completed quite yet. But it's looking more dire every second. They need to find one team fight where they get those shutdowns and everything can change again. Muffin Man though caught out.
He's going to be on his own, able to blink away, but the Consume pulls him straight back in, and Dooley says thank you very much. Confirms that kill, and once again the Mad Gamers are going to be in a numbers disadvantage. Shaper started back up here, but it's looking so dire for them. Walk in towards any of these fights, walk in towards the river. I mean, what could they get here? This is nothing. Shaper, this way is Zed Fighters.
So it's gonna be this mini prime up. If they get both of them, they could really put on a lot of damage onto this base of the Mad guys. As we see Orb Prime now being started up. It's still only the mini. Even though there has been a lot of action, it's not the 20-minute mark yet. This mini prime immediately falls, and now they could look to buff up one of those seedlings and look for the siege. But importantly, Kira in the mid lane, at least getting rid of the seedling already, so they don't really find an easy avenue to get anything anywhere, except for the Kira herself, of course.
Maybe the pick was the Kira the entire time. Tried to deal with the seedling. Wasn't expecting 4 members of the Zed Fighters to rock up as well. The ceiling was still taken down, but buffed up with the mini prime. Tier 2 tower is going to drop down. Sock now sees an opportunity. Crash bang boom, lands a knock up, and Dooney is there once again just to combine with the damage and tank. Absolutely, it's just such clean play coming out from the Zed Fighter squad.
Yeah, we didn't see this blink forward by you as well, Soccer. Don't worry about it. Right-hand side window in the 1 versus 2. Another long arm of the law makes those odds a bit better for window. And Mad Dog gets exploded. Thunderburger from downtown picking up this one for himself. And Richter having no avenue to escape. Thunder just waiting, biding his time to get this last frag.
Is it even a cross-court shop if you're not even in the stadium at all for that throw? What a hit with that augment. Double kill for Thunder. The inhibitor on the right-hand side of the target. Tesladome coming down. Windu does not have Stoneforge Soul yet, so will be enough to clear the wave. Back off for now. Another Funk lands, and Kev is here. Wolverine just forward, but straight onto the static mine for goes for the fear, but hits the wall, and Duty gets the easiest kill of his life. Gift wrapped first class post straight into his pocket, and the rest of the team with Sotcat providing all of the movement speed, all of the carnage. Members of the Mad Gamers will fall one by one. Double kill for Duty. Kev, yet another kill. A minion wave is here. And might not even need the Orb Prime. They go onto the core. Look to take this game down. Stub 20 minutes.
They don't even need this big prime. The small one is enough. Thunderburger padding the stats one last time, getting rid of Mad Dog Steel there at the core. But what a siege that was on the right-hand side, really showing off the strength of the Narvish in particular, because health bars were low, mana bars pretty much non-existent, but Narvish providing so much healing to make sure that, I mean, Duty just needs to press the left mouse button and cleans up this entire base from our Mad Dogs.
Also quite impressive play. As you say, don't even need your prime. Just a mini prime buffed up minions as well. I'm pretty sure, right, like before the core was dropped, Tesladome came out, completely cleared the way.
Yep.
And literally just this one orc with a drumstick, and everyone's got more health than what they started at least. Like just the power of the Narbash. 40-day Narbash. Strikes again here on the Predecessor game channel.
It's also beautiful to see after this Richter sort of pickup to get rid of this pick from Sockcap. And Sockcap is like, okay, I'm just gonna play the green guy and I'm just gonna press 2 buttons and that's gonna be enough to win the game for ourselves. Kev also in the jungle, really showcasing the strength of the Acheron. And it's a beauty to see that we've not only seen him dominate in the off lane, but now also in the jungle.
Well, there we go. I mean, ticking off both of my checklists. We've seen Acheron in most likely the 2 roles we are going to see them. Still, or Acheron, I'm just going to float that one out there. I'm just going to get out into the open. Null hopefully will back me up. I'm sure at least maybe see an angle there. I really hope so at least. But, you know, a word on the Mad Gamers as well. I think it's very difficult in games like as well because it just never felt like they really got into the game, honestly. Like, as soon as the Acheron was able to come online, they really ran the show, and it was very limited on what Mad Gamers could do to try and mitigate their losses at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Bearded Wolverine, he really tried something new, right, with this invade onto the blue side, and if that goes different, then Cav is suddenly the one behind. Maybe if the red buff doesn't get stolen away, if this first blood doesn't happen on this red hand side, then suddenly the game is completely different. But Cav just so cruel at just absolutely demolishing any hope that he had to go back into the game at some point, like almost level 8 to level 5, just looked completely unfair as the Acheron not only consumes the soul of Boris, but also their hopes to stay in the winner's bracket as they are the ones advancing.
All right. I mean, and also one thing I'm sure we're all going to be delighted by as well. Blue buff invade, 2 minutes, has a 0% win rate.
Oh.
Just saying. I mean, it could have been, you know, like I could see the vision, you know, bit of creativity, going for something that no one was expecting, honestly, like the bear rocking up from behind you as well. I mean, did stop set a free camp at least, but unable to stop it. It was a fun one. It's been a fun game at least. It's going to do it from myself and Tang here on the broadcast. We're going to throw to a break, but when we come back, F6 and Spooky Mars will be taking you through the next 2 games on the Creators Cup match. So from us, Tang, any final thoughts before we sign off?
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna have a good time watching the next few games. Was a fun time, and yeah, honestly, check out all of the content creators. Most of them are streaming. Drop them a follow, and yeah, I mean, if you wanna learn how to play Acheron jungle, you know, you ask Cav. If you wanna know how to play him offlane, I mean, just ask Crazyful.
Well, there you have it. Make sure you support our creators. Thank you for stopping by with us. TNT Cast signing out. We're gonna go to a break. See you in a few short moments.
What is up, gamers? Welcome back to the show. The Content Creator Cup must continue. We're out of that EU business, all right? We got TJ, DJ, and Dan. We picked them up. We threw them out. We're on the NA side now. Spooky F6. F6, how are you feeling now that we get some real action going here?
Some real action. What's up, Spooky, man? It's been a hot minute. I'm good, man. I'm excited. Creator Cup number 3. We're back at it to see these content creators at it. It's been fun so far, man. So I'm excited to get more dive on into this, see kind of who comes out on top.
I mean, we've already seen a pretty good showing off the Z Fighters there in their last game. Was a pretty decisive victory, I would say. Kev looked very good, but we're not talking too much about the Z Fighters because we've got 2 different teams, one of which we did see, Mad, coming back into the circle here, now in the losers bracket, facing off against Ashkarath's army. F6, surely an army is stronger than a few Mad gamers, right? It's army.
You kind of say that, but it kind of depends on like what's your army made of, right? Numbers don't always mean the best, you know, because I'd rather take somebody that's a little bit crazy, you know, if they're just going to go a little bit further than the enemy would. So, you know, it kind of just depends on how they play this one out.
All right, well, before we get too much into them, let's circle back because I lied to you earlier, right? I said we weren't talking about Z Fighters. It was a complete lie, a fabrication, because we have El Dudikov here for a player interview. Let's bring him in, see how he's feeling. El Dudikov. Oh, look at him. How are you feeling?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Very good win.
Appreciate it. Can you hear me okay?
No.
Yeah?
Yes, I lied.
Okay.
So
All right, how's it going?
Obviously, you're in the Content Creator Cup. Exciting times. On a scale of 1 to 7, how excited are you to be here?
Wait. I'm supposed to say 6 or 7, right?
You were supposed to say 10.
Oh, you said 1 to 7. All right, 10. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, break the scale. Okay, that was a warm-up question. Obviously, you just came off a pretty good game here, right? You won against the Mad Gamers.
Felt really good.
Yeah? How are you feeling for the next games? How did you feel going against them? What's the team mental like here?
Team mental, we were positive the whole time. We were just, we wanted to have some fun. We wanted to definitely get Acheron in there. Kev killed it. And then, I mean, I got really fed in the duo lane there with Sock just dunking and doing his thing on Narbash. They took the Rick away from him, but you know we weren't worried about that. We were ready for that to happen. We were ready for them to take Faye from Thunder and Rick from Sockcap, and weren't worried about it. And then Windu just did his thing in offlane, just go over there and bully.
Positive mentals, positive KDAs, those go together. F6, I want to try and turn things over to you a little bit because you're supposed to be the brains here, so ask him questions. Make yourself look smart.
So, you know, I know Duty for a while, Sock Up as well. You guys go way back when it comes down to, like, you know, Paragon scene, and now we're in Predecessor. I know you guys are getting up there in age. It's getting a little bit colder time in the months. How are you guys' joints doing after that first game? Are you guys okay in that duo lane still ready to fight, still ready to go?
Yeah, well, luckily these games are early enough in the day to where, you know, still have some energy left in these bones. You know, if it got into the early evening, it might be a different story for us.
Appreciate that.
So we're scheduling tomorrow's games for like 7 p.m.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to check the schedule. I think Jeopardy comes on.
So, Jeopardy fan, what about Jeopardy? That's one that Lance has been running. You guys get involved with that at all?
No, no.
No. So
I haven't been
let's
invited.
put
I
that
haven't
out
seen
to
the invite,
community.
Lance. Interesting.
Yeah, F6, talk about your Predi for me.
Kind of where you just answer a bunch of pred questions, it's for the brains of the squad, but you guys don't need to worry about that because once you're down on the battlefield, that's all it's all about. You don't need to know stuff, you just need to kind of get
true.
there. So I do have another question. Who's the most feared team that you guys are trying to go up against, or do you guys think you guys are just going to win this all and you guys don't have any competition?
No, definitely don't think we don't have any competition. We feel like we could win it all, especially after that game. But we're definitely Lance's team is the one that we're looking out for. But we're not overlooking Event Horizon, and then that losers bracket. They're gonna come up. Someone's gonna have a chip on their shoulder. They're gonna want to play. So, but Lance's team is looking pretty good.
Okay. Hats on.
I got one more question for you, and I don't want you to worry about who's asking the question. There's no judgment, no bias. We're gonna ask you very simply, who's your favorite caster?
Favorite caster? Oh boy. Wait, who? Let me check my list of subs real quick. Listen, you guys do a great job. I appreciate all the hard work you guys put in. But it's F6.
That's all we needed.
Choice, do we have anyone else we can bring in for this interview? No? No one else is willing to talk to me. All right. Dudikoff, I'm about to just send you off, so I'll give you a few seconds to get your plugs in here.
Get plugs? Listen, just follow me on Twitch. I also do TikTok. That's it. I just have a good time streaming Pred. That's all I stream. I love it. I love the community. Love playing it. Love where the game is going. And I really enjoy doing these events. And happy to be able to participate in it.
We're happy to have you here. We enjoy your company most of the time when you give the right answers. Get this guy out of here. Get us to the draft.
Thanks, guys.
See you later, dude.
F6. What an answer is that? F6.
What's up, bud?
All right, you know what? I'll just go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, we're going back. Thank you, Duty, once again. Make sure you guys follow him on Twitch. You guys an absolute all-star. Have you ever already seen it? Third time being in the Creators Cup. Absolute legend. But like we said, we got Askrat's Army versus Mad Lads. And we're going to get into that game. That draft is coming up. But man, so far, Spooky, you've asked me how I felt about this today. How are you doing today, man? We didn't get. I know you just got a little bit of an insult there. I know. But how you doing today, buddy?
Crazy F6. I was doing fantastic when I got here.
Okay.
You know, I took a couple hits, but we're feeling good. We got a big game ahead of us. It's gonna be exciting. I'm always happy to see Predecessor action. You know me, F6, right? I wake up in the morning. I think, boy, is there an event going on? No. Let's go up to the Twitch stream. I'm late for work. Doesn't matter. I'm watching Predecessor. I'm unemployed at this point because I'm watching so much Predecessor. That's what it's about. That's called dedication, F6.
It's also called being irresponsible. But it's okay though. I love that you love Pred, right? Because we all love Pred. Like you said, the 1.8 patch coming in with the world changes, immaculate to me. I think they're definitely heading into the right direction, like Duty was saying, and we're seeing it being displayed here. Acheron, we haven't got to see it on comp level playing. This is the first time we get to see it into a little bit more of a kind of structured scheme here in the Creator Cup. And I mean, that hero is looking fantastic already.
Yeah, Acheron, definitely one of the more interesting heroes I think have been released. I say that as a big Rena stan, mind you. But he just has so much versatility, right? You have so much diversity in the builds, where you can go in the lanes, what the team comps can be. And honestly, I quite like all his augments as well. He feels like a very flexible hero who has a lot of potential. I've talked to a few players about what they kind of prefer on him. What are your thoughts, Acheron? Like, what are you, like the bruiser guy? Are you a glass cannon? Are you a mage, Acheron? What's going on with UF?
Me, I can't play Acheron, so I don't play it. But you
don't play Acheron support?
Look, I know when I'm good at something, and I know when I'm just absolutely just the worst awful player on it. And Acheron's one of those characters, but I do love his kit. If you're looking at it from paper, it's a fantastic kit. When it comes down to practice, I'm just not the guy. But the big build I guess I'd like to see on him every time I'm playing with the Acheron on my team is that kind of like hybrid tankier build in that off lane, being able to rotate into fights, just being able to cause commotion. I think that gives a lot of value towards team having an extra big body just to be able to rotate to these objectives. Fantastic. Also, you get to climb on walls, and I mean, we talked about when Spider-Man came out, we're like, oh, this is cool, and then they're like, you know what, here's another Spider-Man character coming in here, just attached to the wall, shoot down webs. I mean, I'm pretty much it's Spider-Man, and then we got Acheron Venom. You know, it's kind of going ahead. Oh,
big switch up, my friends.
Breaking news.
Everything I've said to you before, it's a lie. It's all
everything.
false. Well, not everything. All right, the team names I told you before were a lie. Now we are switching things around. We are no longer going to see Mad Gamers because we just saw them. And the army will also not be participating. Take a peek down. It's Event Horizon against the Hat Factory. Now, 6 Hat Factory was mentioned by Dudikoff as one of the teams that they're looking out for. So this could be a big one here.
I'm going to just throw this out there beforehand. I am 100% biased towards Lance. That's my A1 day one. But Event Horizon, got Cosmic over there as well. And he's also one of the solidest dudes out here. I mean, the guy's always fun, fantastic, having a great time. So it's a little bit kind of like put into this rock between a hard place kind of thing, you know, or whatever that saying is. But yeah, these two teams, I definitely think they can go at it. And like Duty said, you don't want to sleep on Event Horizon. They have some really good players, right? When you just look at Hat, they're just like Lance said on his interview, you look at that team, you're just like, this is just a PCC team. And then there's Lance.
Well, technically, Lance will never let you forget. He'll never let you forget he has a championship.
He does have a championship. He does.
Now, me see personally, I'm on the opposite side of things, right? If I see one of my colleagues up on the team, I'm like, yeah, take him down. So I'm an Event Horizon stand for right now, at least.
Okay.
Got some bands coming out here. 50-50. Well, more like, well, we'll keep it 50-50. Ren and Chimera, banned away. Don't like the sustain. Yurei, Bellica, no surprise there. First, CC, mobility.
Yeah.
How are we seeing the Acheron mirror match coming up? Are you expecting?
I expect it. This is the match that I expect, the Acheron matchup. I mean, you can't just have Acheron on the other team not being able to pick him up.
I mean,
but, we do see the Rev first, and this is kind of like a cosmic thing. This man loves him some Rev. So we see Cosmic got to go off here on this Rev. This might be a little bit of game changer. So I'm liking the draft so far. They're playing towards their strength, but Gadget's not banned though, and this might be Lance's time to shine.
Lance does love his Gadget. It's always good when you can see the first pick and like the draft. Here's to see what they'll go for. Do you think Gadget is prioritized enough to be? Never mind. The question is answered. You know he was just screaming for it. Steel on top. So gonna have some good CC layering there. Good team fights already shaken out. Can this Revenant stay safe enough? That's gonna be the question. It's gonna be an answer for the rest of the draft to come up with.
I mean, he's not safe right now, especially not now with the Feng Mao's. Yeah. That Feng Mao is going towards the enemy backline. Gadget needs to be a little bit worried. But we have the Morn now, though. So the Rev looking a little bit safer with that, kind of just using his E to be able to get that Mez off, be able to kind of heal away from that Revenant. So just have a little bit. But if the Steel goes with the Bulldozer augment, and not be able to catch him when he's in that Bulldozer, might be able to close that gap a little bit quick enough before he can get that Mez off.
Skylar going to be locked in as well here. It's always a very annoying thing. Skylar shooting a laser beam down from behind a steel wall. Not a lot of interaction available on that one. Last bans come through. Rux, Seraph, jungle targeted out. Obviously, no ban to the Acheron. Everyone wants to pick that up for themselves here. Makes me wonder why we ban out the jungles, but I guess there's no rule saying you have to pick Acheron.
I mean, you just don't want the jungler to just run at you, right? But I mean, Acheron here being picked up, you know, big man with, was it 6 legs? Did we count his arms? Is his arms considered a leg?
I did count his legs, all right? So he's more of a mantis in my eyes, right? Because he's got the 6 legs.
Right.
And then he's got his arms up here. But here's the thing. He does have those little 2, like, feeder legs, like, at the front. Mm-hmm. He's going num 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 into his like, weird lower body
mouth thing.
So, it depends on if you count those or not. It's either 6 or 10. That's all I can tell you.
6 or 10, somewhere between those numbers. But the Big Rick, Sticky Rick is in the house. Event Horizon also taking away that from Crazy Fool, even though he's in the off lane, but still a character that can play there. I do like the Rev into the Skylar though, so I kind of feel like that was a bad pickup because the Rev kind of just counters the Skylar by just knocking her out of the air. So a little bit worried about that. But if you look at the Event Horizon team, they finally got some beef, right? But Hat, they said, you know what? We got a Gadget and we got a Shimby. These two characters are going to scale so far into the late game. It's unbelievable. So on the side of Event Horizon, you're going to have to close this one out pretty quick. I don't really have a chance. They don't really have all the damage there quite yet. If somebody gets singled out, kind of have a little bit of a weird front to back fight. So this one's gonna be a little squirrely. I kind of trust in Hat here a little bit. I feel like Shimby's just an overpowered character. So I kind of feel like this game's all on Shimby.
I'm looking at this, and obviously we've got some scaling, right? You called out the Shimby, you called out the Skylar. Got my eyes on this Acheron, because mid-game, fantastic character. That'll help you with your late-game scalers. But the early game, not always the strongest for this character, going up against the Fang Mao as well. I have to wonder, if this Fang gets a good solid snowball start, how much trouble does that spell? I won't make you answer that question blind, F, because let's get into the game, down on the map, see for ourselves.
Yeah, it is a good thing we're seeing for ourselves, because you asked me to spell. I'm not the world's greatest. There's a reason why I'm yapping, not writing, all right? But yeah, we're getting ourselves in here. Look at this! Look at these names. The rosters are stacked. That's why I love the Creator Cup. You get to see all your friendly faces from PCC, from Twitch, from YouTube. Everybody coming along here just to kind of showcase, really highlight Pred. What a great game it is.
One thing I want to highlight here is this Shimby going to the jungle, right? Now, obviously, Acheron might be a little bit stronger in this off lane, has some very good sustain. Shimby's not known for having like a super strong early game in the jungle here, right? You got to get online, get some items going. I have to wonder if Event Horizon have maybe a bigger window than if it was this Acheron jungle on the side of Hat. What do you feel that does to impact this game?
There's not a lot of kill potential for Shimby because, like you said, she's focusing on her farming. Hold on, wait a second, Crazy. You got to get out of there, my friend. But Grizzly needs to be a little careful. I kind of wonder if he's going to be able to get a kill here to being able to escape this.
Ooh, good blink from Grizzly Gaming. Going to get him out of dodge. That'll leave Crazy Fool back with the mini wave. No kill either way. That's what we're talking about, right? The sustain on this Acheron is so potent, it's hard to bring him down. But Simba is making the rotation as well. This is not flow state. This is just Howie bringing some damage. Good bonk. Not enough follow-up. Crazy Fool lives.
Howie rotates there. Lance is happy than ever. As you can see him playing guys like, yeah, I can stack my minions. He needs to be careful though. He's a little bit too far pressed up. He should know that the jungler is still on that red side of the map. But like, you talked about the sustain there. You just really can't do too much to that Acheron. He's able to sustain himself into that fight. I felt like if Mr. Buffalo on the Fang Mao just went a little bit harder with that red buff, he could have just at least forced to blink out. But Morn is the one that has the blink forced out. But here comes a Riplash into the tower. Nice little sticky there on Rancherito. We've seen him play this Richter plenty of times. And if he's hitting those hooks all game, I gotta push a little bit more towards Event Horizon, especially if they're able to land and disposition people out of their target.
Very good hook, but also very good steel wall comes up to block any engagement off of that. Something you got to be constantly aware of is the proximity between your target and that support and how much follow-up you actually have on that. That's a big wave for Crazy Fool. My God, that is disgusting. Talking about scaling to the late game of F6. How much time do you think Event Horizon really realistically has to kind of get this ball rolling?
And they kind of have from the 6-minute marker until around the 14-minute marker. They have to fight before Shimby hits level 6. They want to at least get the first Faint Tooth. Definitely prior these seedlings to kind of give them the XP advantage. Because what you want to do is just keep the distance as long as possible. And if this game gets to about 20 minutes, the gap's going to be closed. Unless they have just such a substantial kill lead, objective lead, they're just going to be able to catch right back up.
So there's a difference between you and me, F. Probably the reason why you play in PCC and I don't. You start counting at minute 6. I start counting at minute 0. I'm like, we gotta go. We gotta find that first blood. Unfortunately for both teams, well, maybe fortunately for Hat, no first blood has come through just yet. Not for lack of trying. We've seen a couple skirmishes come out. Not a lot of follow-up off of them, though. And I have to wonder if maybe Event Horizon is missing the boat a little bit, right? Try to push this aggression while Wangle is still a little bit weaker on this Shinbi. I don't know if you want to try to punish Crazy Fool on the Acheron anymore. That didn't work out so well.
Yeah, no, I mean, with the Feng Mao and the Howitzer in mid lane, there's no reason why that 2 camp should be up at any time for the Shinbi. That should be an easy invade every single time. But I mean, like you said, I mean, they just tried to go for the dual lane or for the off lane, but they didn't find success there. So now they need to kind of push themselves over towards this jungle, get some invades off. They have the prior with the Howitzer. They have the prior with the Feng Mao. Jimmy right now, like you said, we're going to keep harping on because she does not have a great early game. He's going to be able to find kills, though, here in about another minute or so. But they need to make sure they kind of keep putting this pressure up. And I like this aggression here for the Fangtooth. Simba going back to the mid lane, making sure they can't push too hard, and kind of allowing for Event Horizon to finally take some XP, some gold lead, to kind of push themselves a little further.
Nice.
Oh, not the 2 camp.
Wangle does respond with the Q camp invade. You wanted to see these 2 camps being taken down. I don't think this is the guy you were looking to do it. So it's counterbalance, right? Event Horizon, yeah, you get that nice first Fangtooth, get some gold XP in your hands. You lose something on the other side. And Crazy Fool has been constantly pushing these waves up. He has been controlling this off lane very effectively so far. Already has a level lead over Grizzly. Be careful not to let that go any further, because if this Acheron gets out of hand, that could be trouble.
That is definitely going to be some trouble. And with that level 6, with the tempo that he has inside the offlane, that allows for him to help and secure the first seedling of the game. A lot of XP going towards Wangle there, and she's almost level 6 on that Shinbi. I mean, it's looking like it's about that time to shift on over. JC Wolf coming in. A little bit down on XP, though, on JC Wolf. Doing a little bit too much roaming here, but he does have the pressure, just trying to get something into the mid. But with that gadget, that's just not what you need. And with... Yep, put him on the board.
Neo gets taken down. Cosmic with the first blood. That's a nice little pick. And I was just thinking, did I jinx us by saying NA action? Because we are 6 minutes into the game, 6.5, when the first blood finally comes through here. Now it's time to start ramping things up a little bit. That's Mr. Buffalo. But quick Spider-Morn action. I'm sorry, Spider Acheron action. Hopping from wall to wall, back to the tower. Is this New York or is it Sanctuary?
Parkour, yeah. I mean, you just love seeing it, right? I mean, look at that. Just they did not love it. I mean, he was able to get out of dodge, and just all that gank potential is out of the way. Like we said, but Simba letting it rain down. Lance is in a world of trouble. 1R2000, mine's hit, but the blink. Talk to me, Lance, as he gets out of dodge. And that's my mid laner there, boys and girls.
You know, he is just giggling like a maniac right now with that escape. Bare sliver of hell. What was that? Sub 100 HP. Still walks out. You gotta feel a little bit bad for Event Horizon, but they do get the TKO, get a little bit of pressure in the lane. Might not matter too much, though. Those minions not really in a great spot to push into the tower, so you're not really looking at any platings here. Expended the ultimate and really didn't find too much for it. I guess he got the blink.
He did get the blink, but he did expend his ultimate, so Shimmy could potentially kind of show a little bit of presence here in the mid lane here pretty soon. You do see there's a contestation for the next seedling onto the map. And throughout the rest of this game until that 15-minute mark, we're going to see both of these teams kind of really highly contest those seedlings, and I feel like it just offers so much advantage, right? You get the XP, you get the gold, and you're just able to kind of sustain yourself, especially on like a late game scaling character like this Shinbi. She's able to pick these up, able to keep the farm up on her end, and look at her. She's at level 7 right now compared to the Feng Mao at level 6. Somebody that has a better clear than the Shinbi earlier on is just not able to keep up once she's able to get those seedlings.
Yeah, getting both of them, massive boon for Wangle on that Shinbi. I'm now excited to see where he goes with it, because you take a look at the map, you can see him just roaming around the opposing jungle, looking for anything he can steal away. Doesn't really find too much there. But the fact that he's able to take those steps forward so comfortably and consistently, that's a dangerous position to be in. Event Horizon might find their window shrinking down as the mini prime gets started up. All hat in the business. But look, this Feng Mao all the way on the opposite side of the map. Not sure he's going to get here in time. Might be able to look for something on the exit. Mini prime secured. Simba being zoned out. Grizzly doesn't seem to find too much here. Security gate going to stop a lot of them. Wangle finds a way out. Take to the skies and make it rain. You just need one more shot, and Simba finds it. now the consume comes through. He's hungry and he's pulling, but the backup has arrived. A crazy fool. You're a fool to step up to my team. Lance Cecil, the last one here, finds the blast seat and takes himself to safety.
Oh man, that would have been a great setup there from Acheron. If only Lance had the ultimate available, which he did not. Just not able to succumb to that weakness. Oh, that was just a little bit unfortunate for my boy. They pick up 2 kills. They take away the mini prime as well. That's a big turnaround for Event Horizon. They're taking the game lead here. I mean, this is what they needed to do. They needed to find that opening, and that is what they did. They have the first Fang Tooth. They didn't get the mini prime, but 3-0 on kills. They had the advantage for the secondary Fang Tooth. They have priors in these lanes. Man, this is how they need to play, but at the same time, they have that scaling, and they might be able to come back from this. Event Horizon still can't make a mistake here.
Shield Slam is available. Ultimates are down for Event Horizon, and we are in on the Fang Tooth. Drop the Shield Slam, but there's no backup. Rancherito is just zoning everybody off, and Mr. Buffalo able to secure the Fang Tooth with really not much contention. Sure, Body showed up, but they couldn't do anything.
No, I mean, Steel just went in there by himself. I mean, and with Morn already on the rotation, Crazy Fool on the opposite side of the map, they're already down in numbers. And they don't have really, only JC Wolf on the Steel can really enter into that pit by himself. And like you said, Rancherito did a great job zoning out the gadget, zoning out the Shinbi, not allowing for anybody to get in there. Crazy, doing anything kind of fun, you know, just like, nah, we're taking this and we're going to have it. That's our second Fang Tooth. Not only do we get extra, hold on, wait a second. Here comes a rotation though.
Angle. Pull out the blink, but Katoon comes up again and pulls him right back in. You can't run, and you sure can't hide. Nowhere, but the grayscale is safe. Wangle picks it up.
They finally able to get a kill to their name. Another one bites the dust, but first time for the side of Hades. Now they get a free invade onto that 5 cam. Oh man, this man Buffalo just cannot catch a break inside his own jungle. Wangle just constantly invading. Great kill though,
oh, man, he's a
with
Buffalo.
That T1. The Buffalo also that actually brings something up. What's the difference between a buffalo and a bison? Maybe somebody can let me know about
Bison's
that.
fly.
But anyways, here goes JC Wolf looking at some pressure in the mid lane. Not going to have too much kill potential against this Richter, but like I said, great pickup. They finally get a kill, a little bit of an opening, small win advantage, and they get the T1 down onto the right hand side of the lane. So that opens up Acheron to start to rotate here through this mid lane, and that might be the winning factor here for Hat to come back into this game.
We're gonna have to try to leverage this gadget. That's your big scaler. That's someone who's not behind, but they've also got Wangle on the Shinbi, who's doing pretty well so far. Constantly farming, getting himself ahead of Mr. Buffalo. Still has that level advantage. We haven't seen them do a whole lot with it just yet. A lot of focus on that off lane, F. I mean, Crazy Fool, obviously doing well on Zacron, has a ton of pressure, got that first tower down. That's really the only big win Hat's found so far. I don't even know that we can consider that mini prime a big win, because they got taken down right after it and weren't able to utilize it.
No, they were not able to utilize it all. But you know who did? Simba with that Make It Rain. He definitely got a kill out of that. And so did Event Horizon getting 2 out of that just kind of trade, right? And one of the big things into these like a little bit more competitive games is you want to be able to at least get something out of anything, right? You lost the mini prime, but hey, we're going to get some exit frags here. We're going to get some kills to at least keep up with the XP and gold that we lost over there. So it was a great job on Event Horizon noticing that just to be able to capitalize on those kills.
And this tier 1 still standing on the left side. Causing a bit of a headache for Wangle. He's trying to look for something. Wolf does have the separation. Rancherito gonna be the target. Good. Bull Rush pushes him away, but he blinks back to the tower. Lights go out. Simba making his way around as well, looking to help out. Runs straight into Wolf. Doesn't want to get caught up in this one. Blink forward from the steal as Crazy Fool coming around. But the distance is too great. And the Howie gonna be fine.
And how he's moving like he's Acheron out there. But look at this 5-man invade into this blue buff. This is actually criminal. More on the opposite side of the map. They really can't do anything to contest here because of this Acheron showing face. Buster Buffalo drops down. Whoop, you have to use that dash to get out of dodge. Definitely thought about that one. He's like, hey, maybe this is not a great idea for me to drop down into this jungle. Well, this does give, you know, Morn a little bit of room here to kind of get a little bit of farm on the opposite side. But now, here comes the teleporters, and they get the exit frags.
Angle does get caught out by himself, is not able to make it to safety. Mr. Buffalo finds the Earthshaker. Now Grizzly on his own in a 1v2, and he's not been having a good time over here. The health bar getting dropped very quickly. Finds himself a mez, now trying to turn the aggression back to Neo because he knows there's no way out, but there's no escape.
Run,
Crazy
Grizzly.
Fool on the rotation, trying to
They
get
have
back
no
to the
mana.
teleporter, trying to get himself out back to safety, but he gets stepped out. No, you can't force them to take that teleporter, my friend. They've already come over, and they're gonna stop him in his tracks. And then, Crazy Fool gonna come back over. Is it the repeat gank, perhaps?
They're looking to take this tower. Akaran, you're not in a great spot here, buddy. Look at the rotate to this map. Gets yoinked, gets pulled, gets skewered. My God, the CC and the damage. I mean, off-lane for off-lane, definitely the wrong neighborhood. And that's a bad time to go down, especially when there is the third Fangtooth Monty lurking around the corner. And Wangle can't just run into this pit. He does have skewered down on Rancherito, so he might be able to get some damage off here, but here comes the steal. Bull rush in, looking for a possible play, but I don't know, Tesla Dome.
Tesla Dome does open up. It's got a lot of damage, and Cosmic super low goes into the Nether Realm. Rancherito gonna drop on the other side. No grave marker for him. Cosmic super low, has to find a way out. Grizzly is here, but the heck connects, and he's a goner. Oh, call that a tombstone.
Man gets a kill. Simple pops E-pop, but might not be enough. JC Wolf picks up the other kill. 3 members down, and that's a comeback from Hat. And my goodness, have a Hat as he's able to take it down. And with 3 people down, they're looking straight towards the Shaper. They get the third Fangtooth of the game to stop that 3 Fangtooth Monty on Event Horizon. And now they play the Shaper. Now they play for the Cataclysm onto this map.
You said Wangle can't really just run in here, and he said, all right, bet, here I go. Ran directly in and did all the work they needed. Now, kills tied up 5-5, but the towers are beginning to drop down for Event Horizon. Sure, they've got the Fangtooth advantage for now. They just lost a big fight around there. I gotta wonder if maybe that's because they don't have Grizzly's impact, right? These last few fights, he's been able to turn off the lights, help out from global range. Might be time to get this Morn out of that off lane.
Yeah, I think it was time to get the Morn out of the off lane at like probably minute 12. I mean, you saw the pressure that we're putting on in this lane. He just needed to be in a lot more fights. But we all know Grizzly kind of playing on that pink, so I'll give him a little bit of an excuse here. So, you gotta play with you can refuse all you want, but you're not gonna come after my boy Grizzly, all right? But I mean, he's gonna be into this fight, right? He's gonna come back in, he's gonna check on these buffs, he's still maintaining a good presence. They can utilize this Morn here to get some mezzes off, compound that into a skewer into it to make it rain. They might have the potential to take this pick off. And like, we've never really talked about the Revenant too much, talked about his damage earlier on in the draft, but let's break it down, man. I mean, you have the Revenant ult, being able to utilize that, put Shinbi in another world, be able to take a big objective, so they still have that play to play around if they need to in a dire situation. There's a lot of tools that Event Horizon can still use here to kind of keep themselves into this game, but they're gonna have to be pretty much on a clear comms, making sure everybody knows what they're doing, when they're supposed to do it, and how they're supposed to acknowledge when the time is to be played.
Cosmic and pushed back a little bit, not able to rejoin his team on that mini prime. Instead, they have to come over to him. It's all right. No windows open from this. Big question now. You've kind of put it down, right? How much can Cosmic do in these fights? Does he have the space? Does he have the damage? Is he deep enough in the build he can start bringing what they picked it for? Only time will tell, but here's the other problem, F. Wangle on this Shinbi is going to play a very annoying game, right? Shinbi loves just sitting in those lanes, split pushing them down, and just saying, haha, look at me. Sure, it's a little tougher when you're the jungler, but it's still an option that Hat has available to them. Good route. Simba, looking for some damage. Not going to find any kill potential here.
Some damage, though.
Used. Crazy Fool. Left between a couple. Does turn on the consume. Mr. Buffalo blinks out of that one. Fighter Akaron. Down Akaron right into the fight and right into the kill. Mr. Buffalo finds himself an early grave. All the while, Event Horizon split up from this fight. Cannot collapse in for their damage. The Tesla Dome is here right on top of the Grizzly Bear. And Crazy Fool gets ripped back down into his coffin. Simba, last one now, trying to find a way out. Rancherito on the opposite side has the space. Simba, no eyes on him. Gotta teleport out.
I mean, look
wait.
at Lance chasing
Oh,
down.
no.
He does have a hat on Reggirito, but Simba definitely runs into, it is a steal. I don't think there's too much kill potential. Hold on.
Oh, he's going
Wait a
for
second.
it. Lincoln
Shield slam. Come
You
on,
don't run.
JC.
You can't hide.
JC.
Oh, he wants it. One
Let's
more hit.
go.
No way.
Simba, there's no way you get out of that. JC just so close, just not. Wait, JC's looking though. He might be able to use his splash power. Does he take it to get the kill? He's still chasing, but not able to. And Simba is just an absolute unit right now.
31 HP. He bonked himself out with 31 HP and then said, hey, you still want me? Hey, Cosmic, I got a guy over here for you. You'll take that easy pickup any day of the week.
You know what? Easy pickup, but you know what? The absolute determination from JC Wolf there, 100% respect your way. And you know what? That is a play you need to make here. We're creating some content. If he wasn't got that kill, I just would have exploded. I mean, the man was actually committed to try and make that play for his team, and that's what it's all about. And you know what? Yes, he's down for a little bit, but he's back up. The death timer's not too long yet. Here comes the Primordial Fangtooth fight. It's going to be a 5v4 with Big Yoink coming in.
Big stasis comes through, and Wangle does have a way back out, but Simba's in disguise gets dragged right back to ground. And Mr. Buffalo's the first one to fall. Now there's no hunt to secure this Primal. Event Horizon have to take their steps back. Grizzly frontline, but taking a lot of punishment from it. Crazy Fool goes in deep, and JC Wolf right there to back him up. Now the blinks are coming through, but there's no escape. Like a spider from wall to wall, Acheron comes down, and he puts your hopes in the ground.
5-man white. What a turnaround there from that fight there, Spooky. You thought they had it there. They picked off the Shinbi, but Epoch Value finally has a little bit to be talked about. Maybe we have to reconsider it just a little bit, because at times, 99% of times, it's really not working, but there was the most impeccable play that it can make. And the really reason why that worked is his teammate was around him. They're able to pick up a kill. They're able to converge on it. The CC was locked down. Great combination of all the ults. Great timing there with their CC combo. They pick up the Primordial Fangtooth, and now they have a lot of control inside this game.
That's a big swing for this game. It's still 2 Fangteeth to 2 Fangteeth, but one of them is a Primal, is not in the hands of Event Horizon. Look at where Hat's going. They know the next objective is up. They've got a big advantage if they look for a fight here. Prime, next on the chopping block. So much farm for Wangle to take on his way over. It's really starting to feel like these fights slipping away from Event Horizon. The question is, what do they do to change that? Because it feels like the 5-on-5s, it's just not going to happen with the amount of team fight that Hat has. Do they switch to these picks?
I mean, they got to just send Feng Mao into the backline after they have an R-Herd engaged, right? They utilize that Richter. They utilize the Morn to kind of create some more motion. That's the word, right? Oh, Steve, get it together. Commotion into that front line. Emotional damage. And then you kind of send a Feng Mao on a flank, right? You kind of put him back towards that Skylar, maybe get some damage off there, especially the Gadget as well. Kind of create a little bit more distraction there. That way, the front of the fight has to turn back to kind of create some peel for the back line. That creates for now your side to push in. Your front line gets a little bit deeper there.
Oh, that doesn't look fun.
He's going to be out of here.
Opposite of fun. An all kill will secure.
This is not a fun time.
Easy Prime. No, an online Shinbi against a lone backliner. I mean, you don't even have to guess how that one turns out. We got example A and Hat. Mini, or Prime.
Big Prime. Yeah, 23
Prime,
minutes in
Prime.
there, Spooky. We're on Big Prime. But yeah, like I was saying, I need Mr. Buffalo to do what Shinbi just did, just try to run at the backline. If you do that, they're able to turn these fights around, right? But not able to do there. Kaz just got stepped out into a little bit of the wrong direction. As you look at the vision side of that side of the map, you know why he got picked out. He stepped on the wrong ward. He thought his jungle was safe, but Pat said, not today. They're able to clean up one kill, get the big old Prime. Now they have the ability to kind of push these lanes. A big thing going though for Event Horizon here, Spooky, is the fact that not that Mr. Buffalo went down, but they just got a skewer inside the right lane, but there's still a T1 up on the left-hand side of the map. Being able to create some time, but look at Crazy Fool just 1v2ing, and this is what he's been doing all game.
Look at the level advantage he has. Wait, he's so far above these guys. What are you gonna do? How do you ever foresee yourself winning this fight? Crazy Fool said you can blink. I'll blink too. And Chirito just a little bit tankier to keep his life. Man, Neo picks up the kill on Mr. Buffalo, and that's just gonna cascade into all of these towers going down. Gonna be a tough one. Crazy Fool's got the minion wave. The rest of Hat are here as well. They're gonna be able to push aggressively with these death timers. Buffalo only a couple seconds away. It's gonna be a tough defense, and it looks like this right inhibitor fate is sealed, and the left one too.
I mean, they're all down, and now it comes down to the core. And you win this fight, you got 10 seconds till Morn. Wango's deep. Auto ultimates, though.
Simba drops the damage from the skies, and Wangle does get him removed from the fight.
Hold on.
Bull rushes in. Could be in a bad spot. He shield slams in place, but your health bar's not looking great, my friend. And Simba finds Lance on the back end. Now has to find a way to get Neo out of this one as well. Double kill for the support. Neo takes Simba down, but he's gonna go down with him. Life for life. It's a bloodbath at the core.
Wangle got hooked into the fountain. The rest of his team was like, wait, can we fight? JC Wolf kept fighting. They could not fight at all as they turned that fight around one by one. They dropped him down. Event Horizon definitely seeing a little bit of life come back into this. This opens them up here for a big play. They might be able to sneak away this Primordial Fangtooth, which gives them that fighting effort. They're going to be able to kind of push back the side of Hat anytime they make a play. But the thing here is Acheron is still up. He's going to be able to create a lot of commotion for this. They need to set these waves, and they need to hit this Primordial Fangtooth off repeat. Because not only do you get the Primordial Blaze, but you get your third Fangtooth of the game, ladies and gentlemen. That's 8% of absolute aura, of absolute damage and defense going to your side. That is what you need at this moment to get yourselves back into this game.
You know, you said something just now, F6, that I think perfectly encapsulates kind of the game as a whole right now, and it's Acheron is still alive. This guy has been refusing to die in fights. And you gotta wonder what you do differently, and maybe it is that third Fangtooth that can try to swing these fights in your favor. The problem is Event Horizon has 3 inhibitors down. They can't take steps out of this base, which means Hat has all the priority around this next objective. And it's a primal as well. And so the question becomes, do we defend? Do we push these waves up? Because if we do, we might not win the next fight.
I mean, my dad used to tell me all the time when I was in sports, there's times you're going to be down out of the count a little bit. And he said, you know what? At times, shooters got to shoot, you know? This is your chance. You got to take the shot. You got to look to see any opportunity that you can win. It might be a 1%, but you got to try for it, you know? You got to get in there. You got to make a play. And this is the time to show what you got.
You're telling me you were shooting on like, at the events? Like, they let you do
play
that?
Soccer. Yeah.
You shoot in soccer?
Yeah, you shoot the ball at the goal. Do you not
I thought
play
you were supposed
sports?
to kick it, dude. Like, what?
Oh my goodness. I'm done with you for
you
today.
Were cheating, F6. That's why your run was so short in sports. Back to the game. You just have some objectives being taken down. Hat now in a very good spot. Push for the end of this game. Want to see him grouped up as 5, though. A lot of the success has been Wangle kind of split pushing, diverting attention. Do we continue that, or do you think they're stronger as a full 5? Or do you think that doesn't give Wangle enough room to find those flanks?
I mean, at this point, they have Primordial Blaze. They have the third Fangtooth Monty.
What if they have water?
They have they have Gadget, and they have Shimby. They're absolutely scaling. They don't have a problem to solve Acheron. I mean, right now, Event Horizon should be happy. The fact that Hat is not taking this towards the core. They're waiting for the Shaper. They're going to get the Shaper up. They're going to get Big Orb Prime. And they're going to try to utilize everything. I kind of don't like this play by Hat. This gives a lot of time for the rest of Event Horizon to get some more farm to get set their lanes. And might be a problem trying to defend once again. Because yes, you guys are in the lead, but you're just giving them time to farm up, especially with these big waves. Especially with these seedlings, and you're waiting for your opportunity to kind of make the perfect play, but at the same time, it might not come out into your favor. The good thing, though, it's a pretty substantial lead that they have so far.
Right. There's something to be said for being patient and making the correct objective-based calls. There's also something to be said for knowing when you can end the game. And frankly, Primordial Blaze with a big lead with 3 inhibitors down is a pretty good spot. However, I'm not going to criticize too much because they're down there and I'm up here for a reason.
It's just because you're just not there ready yet. You just gotta get a little bit more time on your hands. And you'll be down there in the battlefield. Yeah. Next PCC World Champion, you got this, bud. But Big Ore Prime being taken off the map, Seedlings are being taken care of, middle inhibitors back up. The other 2 should be up very shortly. This is a time where Hat has to make the final play. They cannot let Event Horizon do another defense like they just did beforehand. If they do that, that might be a big change. Event Horizon might be able to find their way back into this game.
I will say, though, despite the good defense, Event Horizon didn't really get anything off of it, right? They weren't able to push any lanes up. They weren't able to take towers down. Everything you see that's down was kind of already there. So it was basically not even a flop for Hat. Wangle, exchanging blows on the left side, trying to get that inhibitor back down.
Oh, no.
Cool. And engage all the way in. Oh, my God. Where did he go? Consume. Can we pull him out of their base? Get him back to the fight. Cosmic says, no, I'm going to go to the Shadow Realm. We're going to find a nice little space to sit down, but a Tesla Dome's not going to let you sit there very pretty. Or still blast some damage out. Inhibitors still standing. You got to go back and break them down. Crazy Fool going to go all the way in. Some damage, but he's still alive. Skewer comes through, and the story finally changes. JC Wolf finds a bull rush and Wangle in the back, but it's Neo who's finishing the work. Turn on the hypercharge and burn away every health bar you can look at. Double kill for Cosmic, double for Neo, and Hat take the game.
I'm not gonna lie, that was a little bit of a close one there at the end. I didn't know if they could finish it. Neo came in clutch there, but so did Cosmic. It was looking like they could turn that one around, but great plays. GG's, everybody. GG's. I mean, when you look at it, great game by both teams. What are we here for? We're here for the Creator Cup, and they created some content for us in that epic game. I mean, that one just was an absolute banger of a match. And you know what, Lance? You got your gadget gameplay. We know why they're going to try and ban it from you. I think that's the only one you're going to get all game, buddy.
Now, I'm just saying, if I know Lance, right, and I'm playing against Lance, I will refuse to ban the gadget simply to, like, ego him a little bit, right? Whether it's a good call or not, you could be the judge. You could be the judge of that.
Not gonna lie,
but I'm egoing him every time.
I don't think you have the skill set for that, Spooky, okay?
Doesn't matter, I'm doing it anyway.
I'm doing it anyways, that's good. I mean, but great game all around. I mean, and there goes it. We see the Hat Factory producing hats everywhere they go, taking down one team after another. I mean, this is just absolutely fantastic for my boy Lance. I know he's been looking forward towards this, but you can't count out Event Horizon. I mean, they played that game exceptionally well for being down. They made some really good plays. They came out with a hard defense there for the first time. They tried to push towards the core. The second time, I mean, if you save Cosmic there, that might have been a different game changer right there. He's going to probably be able to take out Neo, probably be able to take out the rest of the team, but he was just a little bit too far pressed up. Just those little small mistakes is really that difference between that game.
That's going to do it for that particular match. Congratulations to Hat. Commiserations to Event Horizon. It was a good show. Your time ends there. We're going to be right back with another match. I was going to have to wait until after the break.
Witness my power! Can you taste it on the wind? Fresh glory awaits. Perish amongst the weak. Leave this to me.
Welcome back, gamers. I'm hoping that you didn't miss us too much here. We got some more fiery gameplay waiting for you. It's your favorite caster, Spooky Mars. Your second favorite caster, F6, joining me here. And we promised you a game earlier. We took it away from you. We snatched it away. We pulled it back.
We did.
We can take a look at the bracket. And you can take a look and see what we've got coming up for you. We are going to have Ashkaroth's army and the Mad Gamers. F6, talk to me about this bracket. What are you looking at here? What stands out to you? What do you think is popping in your eyes?
Oh, the background picture. Pretty good.
Yep,
but
I agree.
I mean, everything else, it looks winner's bracket, lower bracket. But big thing here, we have Hat versus Z Fighters. Winner bracket round 4. It's gonna be coming to you guys live tomorrow. Exceptional game. I think that one's gonna be an absolute banger. But we're in the lower bracket right now. Here's Spooky. Got Ash versus Mad, looking to go against Event Horizon here in the loser bracket round 2. So looking to keep yourself alive into this match here, right? You're looking to keep yourself still afloat and try and swim your way out of this whirlpool that is this lower bracket.
So I want to loop back to our earlier talking point, because we had a question of whether some grumpy, upset gamers could handle an entire army. And you had a point about, well, if they're a little bit crazier than you, well, maybe they do a little bit more work. We just saw the craziest fool putting in a lot of work in outnumbered situations, which I think very much speaks to your point here. I'm very excited for this one, F6. Like, how much ferocity is in these teams right now? How much drive, how much willpower, how much other adjective to describe a similar thing in a competitive setting do they have?
I mean, a lot. I mean, like you just pretty much described Richter's hook, and he's joining us here today.
Is that a description of Richter's
onto the
hook?
draft screen. That is literally Richter's hook. There's a little bit more there you can describe it, but I mean, puts fear into your heart, right? You don't need the numbers. You just need one good hook to change the tide of the fight, and that is what Mad Lads are trying to do here. That's what I think. But Ashkaroth's army, like you said, they got the numbers. They got the people ready to go.
It's
More like
still a 5-on-5.
I mean, yeah, technically, technicalities a little bit, right? But we're getting to the draft. Richter's Hook is joining us here. He does not have much to say. He's just here to look menacing. But fantastic to be able to join us here. But they actually banned out Richter first. I kind of feel like that Richter's Hook. Do you have anything to say about that? Understandable.
I'd be speechless too in his position, honestly. Like the ban away, he literally can't talk. He's been banned. Yurei,
out of the game.
Also taken off the board here. No surprise there. We've seen a lot of Yurei bans throughout the day, and I, for one, am a certified Yurei hater. Fully support banning out Yurei because I can't aim at her.
A little bit too mobile for you, Spooky, huh? Your hands can't move that fast. But her sister gets banned out as well, so Rena's off the board. They're going to be completely gone, obsolete. Here comes Morn being picked out of the way. So 2 big, beefy front lines out of the way. Sustain versus displacement. So there's still some more people on the board, but you know, the man of all health is going to be Chimera. This man, I don't know where he gets his health from. I don't even know what spirit regeneration. What are the spirits? Have we seen any spirits?
Okay, so we're getting metaphysical now, F6. All right, and I don't have a degree, but I probably could explain it because I'm like that. But it would take a lot more time and probably this entire draft. Grux probably also a pretty spiritual individual, I imagine.
Yeah. You definitely he prays to the warlords, and that's what you need for the Mad team. You're talking about you want the crazy Mad lads, and Grux fits the epitome of a Mad lad.
It really does.
And literally, what else do you need? I mean, Kira's kind of a little bit crazy too. I mean, she's just running around with a bow. I've never seen somebody just run around with a bow and a pistol.
It's a crossbow. All right.
Oh, my bad.
Specifically, it's a hand crossbow, so it's even further from a regular bow. You really need to respect your medieval weaponry. With the amount of shooting you were doing, I would have expected you to have a little bit more confidence in that.
True. But the Muriel, though, this angel, this angelical character. By the way, if you haven't seen the competitive bundle number 2, her whole entire redo, that skin is just impeccable. Make sure you guys get that down there when you guys load up Predecessor. It is going to be fantastic. But Drongo as well. Drongo, I feel like, is one of those characters that's never like too great or too bad because you have a silence kit in your kit. I mean, it's just always usable, and the fact that those rad rounds just hurt so much, I mean, that ADC is going to be pumping a lot of damage.
I really like the Drongo pick into the face specifically because one of the most annoying things is hitting your shots and then the phase just yoinks your target back, says, haha, you're safe now. Rad rounds then get to explode. And it turns out you're not out of range because it's already stacked up on you. So I like this little security measure. Additionally, I like the Chimera. Gonna have a little bit of trouble, I think, sticking on a target with this phase around, but got the Acheron picked up, which means you can pull him right back in.
I mean, you can't be Ashkarat's army without Acheron, right? I mean, it kind of just goes against exactly what you're trying to do. So, I mean, you have your leader ready to go and ready to kind of bang out there. And I mean, we've already seen what Acheron can do. No idea. But I'm going to say Acheron's their leader. I feel like Acheron is the leader of Ashkarat. All right, sweet. But Countess, though, you know, I kind of feel like Mad picked up a team with a lot of sustain here, so some anti-heal is going to need to be done on Ashkarat, but same thing goes for Matt as well. But the big thing that I see here is just why is Countess and Kira on the same team? I felt like they hate each other. Aren't they hunting each other down? That one's a little bit lower side, a little bit skeptical.
You know, it's a enemies to lovers type situation. Does it work out? There's only one way to figure that out, F6. That's in the game. See how they play together. Let's kick it down to Sanctuary. See what we've got in store. F6, these are going to be very long fights or very, very quick fights with the amount of burst and sustain on both sides here.
I feel like with Ashkarat, they have the advantage with the shields because not only do they have health regen and healing, but they have the shields to compound on top of it. I mean, that's just something you can't shy away from. Both of the sustains in the game on your team, I mean, that's just all you need. I mean, you have to build the gold combat shields and combat health. So it's going to be a little bit rough on the side. And look at that skin. We see the skin. Just go back really quick for me. Just a little bit over there on that side. I mean, that skin is just immaculate, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys get it. Oh, she is posing. And this is why this skin goes so hard. But back to the game. As we're back in here, Bayer Box going to be the one piling this Muriel. And like you said, this is going to be a fantastic game. It's going to come down to either really long engagements, who's going to sustain themselves throughout it, or someone's going to find the pick, find to be able to get those numbers advantage.
So I got a big question for you, F6. Do Muriel
Like you always
shields
do.
count as force fields?
That's a question for Omeda, but I'm going to say no. I think they just count as shields. I don't think it's a force field, but it definitely counts as shields.
Okay, so if you brought a dinosaur that eats force fields, it doesn't go any. It doesn't work.
I don't think so. But you know what's working? Is Mad against with this Grux, right? I mean, we talked about you just need to be a little bit crazy to go against this Acheron, and Mad just knows, on this Grux, you're just going to have that kind of sustain. And with the level 2 pop, just looking to run down Empress here, not having a good time over there.
Yeah, this is Acheron, not the strongest in the early levels, right? We talked about that last game. Does need to get online. Really, that mid game is where he becomes really powerful. Yes, has good sustain, but this Grux is all about lane bully, lane bully, lane bully, lane bully. I want to fight you. I want to kill you. Get out of my sight. It's not the best matchup. Have a little action in the jungle first. Wolverine gonna jump on in, gonna find himself a Chimera sitting on his back camp. What are you doing here, my friend? Boulder through the face, but look at the regeneration. The spirits are here. The spirits are calling. Now you gotta find a way out. I think Leia's gonna come in, gonna find the root, and that means he's got nowhere to go. First blood. He's gotta find the dust. There's no escape, but Wolverine goes too deep. It's gonna be a kill for kill. The Augur picks that one up. I thought they were supposed to be peaceful dudes, but apparently not. Get back to your steading, buddy.
I mean, the big thing here is that the Kira picked up the first blood, so has the advantage there on that end. But it is, like you said, a 1-for-1. Already 3 minutes in, and this is the NA type scene that we were talking about last game that we did not get to see early on. But this is the kill for kill that we were looking for. But I want to, I want to take a step back here.
Yes.
Just a little bit, right? You know, I'm looking at this Mad team and I'm looking at their names, and it's all just war names, and then it's just like, oh my god, like Kitty. So I kind of feel like they're just gonna be like maybe like look cat or something, you know. But it's all good.
It's the tried and true. Hey, look over there. Now you're looking at possibly a grave. Empress has to blink away. Mad Dog gonna be all right. Your eyes on this jungle. We'll lead her. Going on in. Very low health bar on this Grux. The blink comes through. Blink already expended by Chimera. Can't follow. Gets to keep his life.
Didn't follow there. Used his blink earlier on in that engagement where he still lost his life. That's okay. They forced a blink out on there on the Grux. So when level 6 hits on this Acheron, Empress is going to have a time to shine. He's not going to be able to wait to blink away. Should be able to get us a lot of damage off, especially with that ultimate. Maybe that's when the Chimera comes back on over when they have that set up ready to go.
It'll be very interesting to see how this lane shifts over time. I think it's a big pressure point in the game as a whole, right? There's a few of them, right? Obviously, this jungle be very aggressive with the leader on this Chimera, also looking to secure themselves this first seedling. We haven't really talked about mid lane either just yet. Mud on this Howie going up against the Countess. Poke kind of versus a sustaining, wants to get on top of you and assassinate you character. Muffin Man. Maybe not having the greatest matchup here, but how much did the Countess sustain kind of counteract the poke that this Howie does?
I mean, the count is just going to be able to sustain, right? Like you talked about, it doesn't counteract it too much, but what does is the amount of burst that she's going to be able to do here in a little bit, and she's going to be able to close that distance, right? Being able to utilize that feast and be able to lock her, that Howie down. But Mud, we've seen Mud on this howitzer before on the Creator Cup. I mean, she's an absolute demon on this thing. So I'm not too scared about Mud. She kind of knows how to play a little bit of positioning. She's priorly played some competitive on Paragon, so she kind of knows her way a little bit through and out. Well, this is where it's at. The Empress Merceau here is going to be run down. No ultimate, and the Grux is going to Grux as he gets a solo bolo off inside that off lane.
That's that level 6 power spike. It comes through. If you're not there with it, you are probably not long for the lane. Empress takes a spill. That's going to be the second kill for Mad.
Turn around. Leader, turn around.
Nope. We are looking for the invade. We don't care about Fang Teeth. I mean,
guess not.
We might get some attention paid over to it. Bearbach on the way.
Now we go.
This has all just been a leash. They've been letting Wolverine do the damage. Now they get to come in. Look for the kills. Look for the secure. Wolverine has to jump out, but his health bar extremely low, and the Muffin Man cannot save him.
Oh, Mad's
But
here.
the Mad Dog has made the rotation, pulls him, smash and grab. Fangtooth still at 500 health, and it gets secured by Ashkaroth's army. Can they find a way back out? Well, Leader says no. The shield comes in. That means Muffin Man will fall along with him. No, he gets a way out. 1-for-1. Crazy fight comes through, and it's not over yet. The Augur very low, trying to run back to his steading. He does make his way back on out. He's gonna be okay.
Oh, Muffin Man, you should have stayed in the pool. Oh, Muffin Man stayed in the pool there. Would have definitely just kind of feel like kill everybody. Being able to get a reset, get another pull down, would have been able to at least contest that fight to get some exit frags. But a little bit questionable there on Wolverine starting that by himself. Kind of felt like he did have time since War Leader just got a ran past him, but good turnaround there from the son of Ashkaroth. Finally noticed that there was a frog on top of the dinosaur there. So they're being able to close that gap, being able to secure the Fangtooth. They get the first one of the game. They get the extra 50% on duration on their buffs.
I'm just not convinced that he's a frog, you know? Like, his back legs, they seem too small.
What do you mean? It's a frog. It's just because his legs are small doesn't mean they're not powerful. Okay. Do you see that man leap?
I do see him leap, but like, are we sure maybe he's like a salmon? Salmon's leap.
How could this? There's no way you think this is a salmon. There's
He's
absolutely no
fish-like.
shot. He's fish-like, but frog fish-like. Anyways, gonna be the first
We'll call him a
Fangtooth.
frog salmon.
Frog salmon. Boo, big rock. Being able to knock down there. Mud does have the slow mines here. Does not have the boop. Not going to be having too much kill potential, but we're seeing a lot of aggression here out of the side of Mad. They kind of looked a little bit frustrated. They lost that first Fangtooth, but once Wolverine here, he's now level 6, so I feel like this changes the game a little bit with that big behemoth. To be able to like just kind of just turn himself into a meat shield, to be able to start to contest anything that he wants to. If he has the backup here, we've already seen Kira being able to get that first blood, know how to be in those fight position herself well. So maybe that's going to be the kind of turnaround here for this team of Matt.
Now, Leader wants to start up an objective of his own. He was able to secure that Fangtooth, now looking to secure a mini prime. Could be helpful if they get it onto Empress. The question is, do you think that mini prime... Oh, nope, never mind. He's gonna secure it for himself. Says, you know what? We're having some trouble over there. Let me just make the rotation over. Make the choice easy. Empress taking a reset here? Not sure if I want to see that.
I mean, I think that's like, for me, I don't know why Empress took it back there, but I would have been upset. You had me walk from my lane over there for you to take my mini prime. I would be upset. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, hopefully Chimera's gonna be able to utilize that mini prime, and it looks like he does as he takes down the Muffin Man. Oh my God, immediate value there from War Leader here to be able to utilize this, and hopefully they're able to take down some plates down here in the mid lane.
Yeah, honestly, Bakery is closed. Found a little bit of dirt in the dough. Now War Leader and Mud gonna be able to do a lot of damage to this tower.
Hold on.
Wolverine comes on in. War Leader does take the aggro. It's not going to be too much damage put his way. Wolverine does manage to keep that tower alive. One plating still sitting on that tower now. I mean, if they were able to get that much done off of one rotation, I'd be making another one.
Hey, I feel you on that one. Being an instant value for your team there is just everything that you needed. So, you know what? Maybe Leader just had something in his mind planned, you know, ready to go. Yeah. He's like, I got this. I got
Concocting.
Something we haven't seen yet too much is a little bit of the aggression from Wolverine. Kind of want to see a little bit more out of him to be able to get aggressive here. I mean, you're the big Rampage. Ooh, nice rock. I mean, thank you for at least throwing us a little something to tap out there, but it's going to be War Leader here. But Muffin Man is on the rotation. Here comes a big behemoth, but look at War Leader. Here comes a reversal of fortune, spin whip, but here's knock up as he knocks out 4, and the fight is still on. Wolverine with the face link is healing up. Kitty trying to do her best, but look at this. They pick up 1, but here comes Lasu. Games Steve V. No, not enough is Ogre. That's going to be a 4-man one.
Man, that is so rough for Mad Gamers. What a beautiful reversal of fortune. Truly reversed everything on that fight. You saw Lisu go in, try to use the purge and just take out all the targets. Immediately knocked up, canceled out. Yagir walks away with a nice double kill to his name. That's going to be a double Fangtooth to Ashkaroth's army as well. Army, certain feeling good, eating good. They're becoming a dangerous force.
Man, I mean, we talk about having the numbers advantage, and it looks like it's going to go to them. They don't need. I feel like Mad is just not mad enough. You know, I feel like they just need to get a little bit more angrier to kind of keep themselves in this game. But like you said, start blaming. I mean, but it's really big play there coming out of the Muriel. I mean, Bearbot could not have played that any more well than he needed to. Leader just understood. It's like, hey, got this reversal of fortune. Just popping when you're ready. I'm diving on in. I got the sustain, and just being able to just capitalize on that. I mean, I think it's the skin that's doing all of that. I think it's just a little bit of a bonus there, but maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. You know?
No, it's pay to win. You're right. Bearbot definitely got himself a little bonus. It enhances his decision making and his reaction times. You can
right.
Fact check me on that one. Buy it yourself and do the testing. So far, this duo lane pretty quiet in interactions between the two of them, but both very willing to rotate on out. I mean, we saw it from pretty much minute 1 when War Leader tried to make that early invade. We saw Lisu and Kitty make that rotation out. Now we've seen Augear and Bearbot just kind of all over the place. I'm interested to see how much more Ashkaroth's army are going to turn this aggression up, because so far it's been War Leader kind of driving most of it, with everyone kind of staying where they are. I'd love to see a little bit more interactivity across the map.
Is that a word? Is that an actual word? Interactivity?
You think I would use a word that's not a word?
Yes, you would. But here comes War Leader with a leap. But the call comes out as well. So that's an ultimate down. Muffin Man being able to escape there. But this tower does not have a lot of HP left. So gonna have to be careful in the mid. But like you said, this Chimera has just been leading the charge. And that's kind of what you want out of your Chimera, right? You want that big beefy front line with the spirit regeneration. Just keep fighting on. And here comes Ogre picking up Masood, but here comes now Wolverine in trouble, and a reversal of fortune not even needed as they look to now tower dive here at T1. Kitty, you gotta get out of dodge.
look, it's not a Kitty anymore. Double kill for War Leader. And oh my god, wait, is this potentially something big for Empress? No, that dog has enough distance, but just the damage output from War Leader, 2 levels up on his opposition. Brain's really struggling to find any value happening right now. They've got to find some way to help out this jungler. But at the same time, you know, we haven't really seen him trying for any ganks. He's been very quiet in the jungle, farming, trying to look for those objectives, getting caught. Something's got to change there. The door might be starting to close.
Closing a little bit here. I mean, especially once this T1 goes down, but he's doing a great job. I mean, sacrificing HP to make sure your T1 doesn't go down so early on in the game. I'm okay with that, right? Being able to keep yourself up a little bit, and with that counter, you're going to be able to sustain. I'm not. Yeah, I mean, it does hurt, right? You just give up pressure in mid, huh? You kind of just got your place. I was like, I don't want to die here. Yeah, I gotta go somewhere else. But I mean, as long as you're able to keep yourself up. But we're about to hit that 15-minute marker, ladies and gentlemen. The big shaper is going to be up on the map. We got one more seedling possibly being able to be taken here, but it looks like none of these teams are looking quite after it just yet. But going back down and breaking down this game, I mean, at first we kind of saw the aggression coming out of Ashkaroth's army. And then you saw a little bit of life from Mad being able to counteract that 4-camp invade. They get a 1-for-1 trade. You're still thinking things are close, but Ashkaroth just got more and more aggressive throughout the game, and Mad's just not been able to keep up. And I just kind of want to see them flip a switch and be like, you know, we want to take that fight. And Mad cast a curse. Sorry, Empress, I didn't mean to do that to you, but did you want to be able to take that kill and be able to get one? And now it's a 2v1, but Grox needs to be a little careful here.
Oh my god, the damage. It's just chopping away. Call that man a chainsaw. Turn around, there's a Wolverine here, but the Wolverine might need to get on out. Reversal of fortune comes in, doesn't find the knockup. Man, Worley just has so much damage put out, and I was just thinking maybe Mad Dog Emma, maybe that's the win con for Mad. That's who they need to put their, you know, the eggs in the Mad Dog basket. And it gets
it's not the same, Spooky. That's what? That's you need to put your eggs in all all the eggs in basket. Yeah, that's the phrase, right?
Sure, buddy. We'll go with that. I look at this. Something to draw attention away from that statement. Thank you for being started up this time by Mad Gamers. First comes through, but the Augear is able to make some distance.
Oh my god, Mud.
Oh, good shield comes in. The CC is helpful as all hell. Lisu has tried to find a blink out. Does make the distance, but War Leader right on his tail, and you can't run from the Chimera. It's all damage all the way. Pop him up and take him right back into a grave. Turn your eyes back around. There was something started. Now you get to finish it.
I mean, you cut out there at least 2 to 3 times because you were so excited. I mean, but I understand, man. That Chimera was just running at them, just absolutely no fear in his heart. And like you said, great shielding there. But my biggest play there is the boop coming out of mud there to stop the feast from going off. And my goodness, what a play. Empress there also rotating off. She had the ultimate, but everybody apparently had their blinks up. So everybody just kind of blinked out of there and kind of got out of dodge. But War Leader said, no, I'm still a cop. I'm going to secure at least 2 or 3 out of these kills. And we're going to be able to make sure we get this mid 1 T1. We get the Fangtooth. That's the 3 Fangtooth. Monty going towards his Askrat's army. They're looking big. They're looking bad. And they're looking a little bit more mad.
They're looking very upset. Who is Monty?
Who's Monty? It's a saying, man. Like 3, bro. Like,
well, you're not gonna tell me that the eggs in the basket's not a saying. You can tell me the Monty.
I said it was a saying. I just didn't say it was the right saying. But oh my God, Muffin Man being able to take out. But here comes a reverse here as he makes it rain. But Mud, can you be able to get this? Here comes his stand. Hold on, reversal of fortune is popped. Mud might be able to get something here, but it's gonna be able to create some separation. Just enough to get out of there, but here comes Lasso. Might be able to get a pickup.
Bearbach is still chasing Muffin Man down. There's no escape for the Countess. Wants to put him in a corner.
There isn't?
Wow. All on the right side of the map. The action doesn't stop.
Oh my God!
Puts him down. Augear picks up the other part. These two now fighting for their life. Not in a great spot, but avoids the R2000. Meanwhile, all of the right lane is being destroyed, dismantled, ripped apart as Empress and War Leader say, all right, we got a little bit more in us. Wolverine's sliver of health, and that sliver just ain't gonna cut it, because chop, chop, War Leader gonna cut it up.
Oh my God, he's just not done yet. Still diving into this tower, but that might be his fate. Can Empress be able to pick up this kill? Looking to go after it. 1 HP, and he's got to be able to get it. Empress secures 1 more, but at what cost? Here comes a shield, though, able to actually save her. Gonna be able to push out back, but Muffin Man said this fight is not done yet. Picks up Empress. What is going on?
Content! This is the Content Creator Cup. That's what I'm talking about. This is non-stop nitro-fueled action. It might not always be the right decision, but they are decisions.
It's a decision, you know? It's a decision, and I love every single decision going on, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Creator Cup, and this is Predecessor. My goodness, all-out battle, all-out brawl. Well, let's not get a little bit ahead of ourselves here. Matt, you still got 1 inhibitor down on the right-hand side. You're going to have to take care of that. You're down on 3 Fangtooths. You're going to have to find your time in. I feel like if Leader just does not go a little bit too deep there, they might have still been able to kind of probably take down that middle inhibitor. But nonetheless, I love it. I want more of it. And we got to get ready for that 20-minute marker because the Big Orb Prime is getting ready to spawn.
You're not the only one who wants more of it, F6. The Mad Gamers would also love to see more of that because it got them a good defense there. Muffin Man, a little bit low for that reset. You gotta be so careful now about this right side. Good news for them is it's on the same side that the Orb Prime is. The bad news is Astaroth's army, go ahead and take that Shaper. They do have a Primal that's gonna be coming up. They've got all 3 base stacks racked up for themselves. This is gonna be a tough call for the Mad Gamers, right? Because you don't want to give it away for free. You gotta be very mindful about these enhanced minions. The good news is Mad Dog's been handling this lane quite well. If anyone should be able to push it up, it should be them.
It should be. That's what we say all the time as casters. This is what should happen. This is what should go there. But we gotta see if it actually plays out. With this seedling, they're gonna be able to take down at least this left T2, but look at the conversion here. They're looking at a 3v2. Reversal Fortune is up. Big Orb Prime is being taken, but the collapse on left side is here. Bearbach goes down. They're looking at Ogre next, and the damage is just too real. They finally get a capitalization there, double kill. They are going to lose the big orb prime, but it's going to have to cost the side of Ashkaraz as they look to maybe take down Muffin Man here. Blink is capitalized on, Make It Rain is not going to be utilized, but the leap ambush is going to be able to create a kill. But look at this now, the Mad Lads are making a crazy play. They're looking at the Primordial and they're looking to try and get something out.
Dash is now a 4v3. Cole comes through, and the health bar not looking great, but some good healing. Gonna keep him alive. Great pull, but he gets followed up by the ambush. Lisu no longer in the pit, and it's War Leader who's still swinging away. Mud comes in to help out. The Wolverine does not stand a chance against the rocket-powered fuel tanks. To be Muffin Man taking a lead as well. Just Look Kitty and Mad Dog left to defend. This Primal goes on to all 5 of the army.
I mean, Muffin Man just got a little bit too far out there in the mid. Yeah, I mean, you're just trying to fight for a tier 1 this lane to the game. Not a great call, but you know what? It was a great call trying to get that Primordial Fangtooth. I mean, I respect it, but at the same time, I mean, this Chimera, I don't even know if he has vision on anything. I feel like it's just the sixth sense of just being the absolute animal that Chimera is. Just knows there's something anywhere on the map, being able to capitalize on it, takes that 3v1, just healing throughout it, and they just still can't stop him. And once again, Leader's looking for anything that he could possibly find.
Not finding too much on that one, but it does force Muffin Man to be very careful. Airbach bringing this right side up. Gotta watch out for that reversal of fortune. Dual lane up now. Ashkaroth's army looking like a force to be feared. They got options. They got 2 inhibitors up, and you know what? Who cares about inhibitors? It's Lisu games that they actually want. Middle falls, left side falls. No ADC for the Mad Gamers. Gonna have to be very desperate gamers here in a moment. War Leader steps back, but Mad Dog has also fallen to Empress. They're in a 5v3 at their core against the Primal. Can you find a way to stop this aggression? It doesn't look like it. The core is cracking. The core is falling. Ashkaroth's army stand triumphant over the corpses of their enemies.
They are just standing above them. I mean, they just took it to the Mad Lads and they overconquered everything. Like I said, I just felt like Mad was not mad enough. I feel like they just need a little bit more anger, you know, to be able to get out there onto that battlefield with a War Leader. I'm not going to say Ashkaraz's army because War Leader was just running at people. Here comes Reversal of Fortune, then here comes the Ogre with Mud on the back line, just shooting out damage. But absolute fantastic game. The entertainment was there, ladies and gentlemen. I loved every second of that match. Definitely some decisions that could probably be reworked. But as you can see, we're back here onto this desk. Obviously, Spooky Mars is here. We're not too really excited about that. But what we do have is Crazy Fool's hat. And we all know this is what we've been waiting for. Welcome on in, Crazy Fool's hat.
You see, he's a little shy right now. See, kind of hiding back there. F6, why would you do that to me?
Why? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know what? I don't believe you, but I'll accept it either way. Fantastic game from both sides here, right? It felt very close at the beginning there, but clearly Ashkaroth's army, very good at taking the lead, pushing it a little bit further, and utilizing it to end things out. Go ahead and take a look at a few highlights here. F6, I mean, honestly, in the early game, I was very much looking at this off lane with Empress and Mad Dog. But as the game went on, it was more and more War Leader, just driving so much the aggression for his team.
Yeah, I mean, we're just looking throughout some highlights out of today here. We're seeing like the first kind of iteration here of this team of Ashkaraz's army, right? They get against one of the top teams here that we think of, and they're able to kind of taking that fight. I mean, you're seeing Empress there, huge shield slam going on into this fight, and then like we understand Crazy Fool on that Acheron is just a different animal. They just could not find a way to win there. But I'm so excited that they were able to find a win here onto this loser bracket second round here, or the first round. My apologies. And they're able to kind of show their resilience. They're kind of just like, hey, we're here to fight, we're here to play. Even though this is for fun, we're here to make sure we put on a show for everybody all around.
They certainly have put on a show. I mean, just the content put out from our teams here today has been fantastic. And it makes me wonder who is going to take the top spot tomorrow, because we got more after this. Let's take a look at our bracket here. You can see what's coming up in the coming days here, right? You see Hat going up against the Z Fighters there. You see that
was
Horizon
crazy.
against Astaroth's army as well. This is all going to be determined, figured out tomorrow, F6, and I think you're going to be there, are you not?
They said I have to show up tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I gotta be here.
Yeah,
It's actually gonna be E squared. So if you guys are excited about that, we'll be here for you all.
Which E is the first one?
Me. I'm the first one.
I'm
always
excited about the
first.
second E.
Well, I'm also the second one.
Oh, that's it's just
me.
a solo cast tomorrow. It's just
And then there's
F6
Ego.
starring F6 back to back.
Yeah.
That's gonna do it for our show here today. Thank you all for joining us today. It's been fantastic.
thing.
What? Oh, you got another thing?
Remember, guys, tomorrow we're still starting at 12
stole it
p.m.
from me.
EST. So make sure you guys are here. But yeah, go ahead, Spooky.
That was crazy work from F6. Be here tomorrow, 12 p.m. EST. It's gonna be noon for all of you Eastern folks. I'm not doing the transition to other time zones because I am dumb. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow.